All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Of course, it's your favorite day of the week. Once again, we like to call it Tuesdays because that's when we do the check-in. And of course, we got my man Ray in the building. You got me, Hollywood, in the building. And of course, the walking thirst trap Tiff Nicole is here. She's just doing something, but she's here.
Luca, what's up? What's going on, sir? What's going on, Luca? Welcome, y'all.
Oh, he wasn't faking. He really, when he said he was going to be here, he was first one here.
My nizzle. What's
shit.
happening, Luca? We appreciate you chiming in. This is
Luca.
second week. This is second week in a row. We proud of you, shorty. We proud of you. You gotta come fuck with us all the time, man. You gotta come fuck with us all the time, man.
It's nothing
like
but
my
good
man
times.
Chad said, man. This is the weekly check-in, y'all. Every Tuesday. Y'all know how we do. 8:35, no later than 8:40. We here every Tuesday. Invading y'all timelines, invading y'all Facebook groups with our shenanigans, man. And we got some good shenanigans for y'all ass tonight. So,
oh boy.
We got some good shenanigans, some good shenanigans. Ray, I need a hoodie. Luca, you know what I say, man. I need your deposit. You know my motto, dog. You already know what it is. You know the procedure, nigga. You done bought clothes from me before. You need a hoodie, I need a deposit. Let me know what you send me the picture of your shoe, and we go from there. And I'm gonna see the invoice, and we go from there. You already know what it is. You know that. Chad, what's up, man? How was your weekend? We ain't got the lady here first, so we gotta ask her afterwards.
Let's see. We had the event with Sis Faith Rose. That was pretty dope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shouts out to Faith.
What did I do after that? Somewhere I ain't had no business being.
Then you go to
fucking lit. Yeah, that's what I went to Infuse.
You went. Tanita, what's up, Tanita?
Yeah. Say that other part got fucking lit.
Hey, Tip, this nigga just had a litty situation, huh?
And then, yeah, that was it.
You came home, you remember you crashed my party?
Okay, on accident.
Not a bad way. It should have been 4 people left. You ain't crashing in a bad way.
And then Sunday, what?
You got the hell up out of here at 7 o'clock in the morning, I know that.
Oh, yeah, I had the damn,
You was getting in trouble.
7 in the morning?
Yeah, I was late. Because I
Hey, Tip,
for the tailgate.
Hey, Tip, get your red ass on here. 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, you went to the game?
Yeah. I had to go do the tailgate. I had to go DJ the tailgate.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's this company called? Bethesda Communications or Bethesda Technology. Something like that.
That's what's up.
And then, yeah, that was pretty much my weekend.
That's what's up. Elizabeth, what's up, Lizzo? Lizzie Pooh, what it do? Y'all make sure y'all, I don't know what y'all doing this weekend, but I know they having a little late night brunch, pajama brunch over the weekend. Liz, Christy, Sarah.
That is this weekend, ain't it?
That's on this weekend, yeah. Yeah, that's on this weekend. Yeah. I think they stopped the ticket sales by now though. But I'm sure that's gonna be a nice situation. A nice little lituation. They're gonna have a late night food, brunch, alcohol, weed if you smoke. You know what I'm saying?
And women in pajamas.
And women in pajamas and negligee. Ow, you can't go wrong with that. Today's the last day for tickets. Hey, Luca, you gotta holler at Elizabeth, Charlie. You gotta holler at Elizabeth. There she go. Hey, my baby, turn y'all phones down.
Is that me?
Turn their phone down.
I ain't got no phone.
I like the hair.
I gotta take my clips out.
I like the front, because you ain't have like that Saturday.
Yeah, it wasn't done.
Hey, look,
it's just retwisted. I gotta take my clips out.
And I'm fresh from out the barbershop.
Right.
I got a new assignment tomorrow.
Here we go.
Young, what's up, Young? DM me for info. Luca, you got DM Elizabeth for the info. It's gonna be real sensual. I can't even go, man. Boo.
I'm not gonna be there either. I'm so sad.
Can't even go, man. Can't even go, man.
Shut up, TJ. Because you know Terrell.
Hey. Dwight, what's up, Dwight?
He said,
Logging out to hit the liquor store. Be back. Hurry your ass up, you drunk motherfucker.
Come bring us a bottle. It's like, no.
Hey, nah, ain't no psych. Bring me a bottle of Bel Air, nigga. That's what's up. So we're gonna go back to Tiffany because I was gonna start my weekend with. How was your weekend, darling?
It was good, just busy as hell. I still feel like I'm still tired. I haven't caught up on sleep from the weekend, but Friday I spent most of the day tether working and cleaning up around the house. Saturday, as y'all have already said, we hit up Miss Faith Rose's pop up. Then after that, one of my homies wanted me to host a game night for him at my place, so I did game night at my place.
How was that?
Oh, we had a real good time. It was fun. And like not too like 12 people at most, 12, 13 people. We have light food, like drinks. We did spades, taboo. We did like a dirty white person version of what's the card game?
Uno?
No, where you gotta say the nasty answers, where whoever get the
charade?
Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity.
It was called That's What She Said.
Oh.
It was called That's What She Said. It was like the
black
people version would be lit of That's What She Said. That joint would be funny as hell.
That's what's up.
And then Sunday, back doing hair. Had my first like actual crochet client again since my back.
How was your back feeling after?
Woo, child! Somebody else wanted me to do their hair afterwards. I said I couldn't do 2 in one day. I couldn't.
Yeah, you got a stool. You got a stool though, right?
Oh, I have a chair, but it's like I have an actual salon chair in my house, and then I have a chair that I sit in behind me. But I still, stylists stand up. They don't just sit down when they do it. They stand up. They got to move around, and it's like you got
to get all around that scalp and get in the scalp.
Yeah, and I still like my sciatica is acting up real bad.
Yeah, that's sciatica.
Y'all, I don't know. Y'all men folk might not know what sciatica is.
Hey, look. I got scoliosis. So
yeah,
I know. That shit hurts. You hear me?
I got sciatica for the first time when I was pregnant, and since my back, it then came back with a passion, and it happens when I stand up for too long or when I walk more than like 15 minutes.
You see what Sarah said? Better make them sit on the floor like our mama used to do. She gonna bend even worse.
I can't be charging nobody $100+ to do their hair and they sit on the floor. Yeah, it's like I just can't in my good conscience. So my one client, she did sit on the floor though, but that's because she my old lady baby and she understands back pain and she wanted me to do her goddamn hair. So she said, "Can you come? I'll sit on the floor." Yes. So like I need you, please.
Hey, who is Trini Man Brown?
That is Terrell.
Oh, okay.
Because he don't like when I call him by his real name. So that's Terrell. Since he calling me Tommy.
Shouts out to Mr. Brown. Thank you for coming through, man. We appreciate it.
Don't be hating on my back brace. That joint still be hitting.
I'm sure.
Still make it work.
You heard that. And that arch game
still make that joint sexy, okay?
That arch game gonna be off the chain when she get about that.
It's not. My back gonna be too fucking weak to arch. Thought my arch was bad before.
Oh shit. So you had a pretty busy weekend too, huh?
Yeah, man.
Look. No 50. Yeah, what y'all know about that? No 50. No 50 family tree.
Oh wow, you took it back to the family.
Yeah, took it back on y'all ass.
Oh.
I know, right? Fuck I do this weekend, man. Friday I ain't do shit.
You ain't come. Did Ronnie ever come through?
Yeah, she came through. Her ass was tired, man.
Okay.
You know how that shit is. Friday I ain't do shit. Saturday, we like y'all said, we did the damn thing with Faith. Shouts out to Faith for that good vintage event. It was pretty good, pretty productive, pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hopefully we'll have some footage for y'all this week or next week from the vintage event.
My nephew Ben for roughing
my turntables and DJing.
Yeah, they had the little kids on the motherfucker 1 and 2 spinning their wackets.
The wackets, yeah.
Spinning their wackets. Sunday, I ain't do shit. Looked at football. Shouts out to the Washington football team for beating Tom Brady and the crew. You know what I mean? Shouts out to everybody football team who won this weekend. But I know who motherfucking football team didn't win last night.
You see that? You see that? Fuck the 49ers.
Niners, nip.
They
Debo
gonna be
did that
back.
thing y'all ass. Tiffany talking about he was asleep. I bet your ass was asleep.
I was knocked out.
I can't. His ass had to recover. Okay. When I said that nigga was fried, I mean that nigga was fried.
Fried, died, and laid to the side.
Right. Okay.
That's crazy. But
Fell
yeah, that was
asleep
my
in front of
weekend
the
in a
damn
nutshell,
bookcase in my
man.
house.
That was my
I'm
weekend
like,
in a
hey, get on the
nutshell.
couch.
Right.
Get on the
Get
couch,
your
bro.
ass
You
on the
just
motherfucking couch,
out.
nigga.
Mute your mic.
What's the best sex to have? Drunk sex or high sex, y'all?
High sex.
High sex. I'm high sex.
Sex.
Sex. True,
Now y'all
true
be
shit.
everybody be having drunk sex and thinking that they lit. Like you remember drunk ain't tipsy. These two different things.
Mhm.
Like two different types of sex.
Mhm. Exactly, sir.
Tipsy sex feel good. It feel like you on a roller coaster, but the
You
other
right.
person, if
Because you
if they ain't drunk too, man,
they
they
can't feel
looking
that
at your
wave.
ass like, what the fuck?
Your motherfucking equilibrium be all off. Balance,
Right,
they
you
laying there
think
sober
you
shit.
straight up going,
Whoa.
and like it's just like nah. It's more like a bumper car. It ain't a wave. That's the problem. It's like it's not.
That motherfucker high sex though, man. That shit is a whole. That shit is a vibe.
Man,
sensation, dog.
I still remember the first time I had sex high. I mean, I'm talking like back in college, man. That was one of them.
Christy, what's
Try
up,
to
Christy?
recreate that feeling. Like that's how you get addicted to some shit. Because that was amazing. I ain't never in my life. That was amazing. But I was young and didn't know nothing.
Drunk for the next 9 years, but after that, I'm fucking up some shit. Oh man, they got that Henny dick. Oh shit. Okay now. All right. All right. These things happen in real life.
Girl, we ain't there yet. We getting it. We getting it.
Christy, we ain't even got to the conversation yet. Hold
Say
fast,
that.
baby.
Say
Hold
that.
fast.
Say that. We ain't got there yet. Say that.
Hey,
We
look,
still warming up. She
She
ready.
a
I love it.
she a newbie. She a newbie to the check-in, so she don't know how we do the first.
Yeah,
30,
nah, that's
40
what's
minutes.
up. That's
But it's
I like
cool.
the excitement, the intensity. That means she ready for the shit.
Yeah,
That's
she
good.
ready. She ready for that smoke.
I love it.
She ready for that smoke, man. She ready for that smoke. That's what's up. That's what's up. But fuck it. So we going. What time is it? It's 10 minutes to 9.
Hold on, give me a sec. I gotta get my lighter. I found a J.
You already know. I'm about to light mine up too.
I'm all out, but I found half a quarter of one from the weekend. So turn up. It was in the other ashtray. Perfect.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, young, ain't nothing like coming home to a motherfucker half a J. For real. When I came home from Miami, I came home to a motherfucker. I came home to what? I came home to all this filled up. I came home to a whole bag and a half a blunt. I was in motherfucking heaven. Let's see. So I couldn't hear y'all on my phone acting crazy. It's all good, Chris. Again, welcome to the weekly check-in. I am Ray. To my right on my screen is my co-host Chad, and to the bottom on my screen is our lovely co-host Tiffany. So, again, welcome to the weekly check-in. We do this every Tuesday at 8:35, 8:40, nigga time. Nigga Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah.
Fashionably late time, as the women like to say.
Yeah, late time. But without further ado, we're gonna get to the small conversation, the small topic first.
Which one was the small one?
The minor topic. We're gonna talk about Danny and the baby.
Okay.
Over the weekend, I'm sure everyone has seen and know about the unfortunate situations of the baby and what's her name, Danny Lee. And that's how you say it, Danny Lee. What does he do?
Apparently,
that too. Besides that,
apparently she's a singer, and I mean, I guess like an Instagram person or a video joint. I don't know. I don't know any of her songs.
Right.
That doesn't change any opinion on anything though. But
I never heard none of her music.
Yeah, it's definitely an unfortunate situation, Young G. She a single. Oh, okay. Yellowbone got the pops called in that ass.
Got the
Got the
popos.
popos. I said the pop.
Oh.
The popos called in that ass. Yeah, that
Because
was.
apparently she made like a diss track towards his other baby mother, who is like darker skin toned or something.
Yeah,
Like,
and I
again, I
seen
don't know.
they seen. I seen a live. She did a live video the other day about Shorty. You know what I'm saying? About Shorty or whatever. Is it though? Is it unfortunate? I mean,
It's always unfortunate. That shit's
it's
embarrassing.
it's
It's a
unfortunate
whole kid. It's always
when you trying to get somebody put out your house at 3 a.m. with a 2-month-old baby. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Now,
Right.
granted, we outside looking in, so we don't know the whole situation in its entirety. But I will say this: I'm not going to see my mother of my child or my child out at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I see that shit happen in real life, not to be. And the first thing I told the girl mother, the girl who got put out, like, yo, y'all did that in front of the kid. And the first thing the little boy was probably 2, and he was just like, he came up to me and was like, my daddy put my mama's stuff outside. All her stuff was in the front yard. He threw all the stuff out in the front yard. And I'm like, yo, y'all can't do that in front of a child.
Right.
Like, this before I'm a parent, you know, this fresh out of college. I'm like, y'all can't do this in front of a child. Mm-hmm. And of course I got cussed out for saying that. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course I got cussed the fuck out. Because common sense ain't common. But, you know, it's unfortunate.
It is. It just the whole situation is just unfortunate. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? Again, we don't know what the fuck she did. We don't know what he did. People was like, because I was looking at Breakfast Club. Y'all expecting too much. How we expecting too much? What you mean, Young G? You gotta come on this joint sometime, man.
I ain't expecting nothing. I don't know them motherfuckers, but I just said it's an unfortunate situation for parents to be fighting. That's it.
Why you say we expecting too much? I want to know.
The most details I got about the story.
And to be fighting online like that shit is petty.
And that's what I heard too, Trini. That she assaulted him, and he was like, "Nah, you got the road." She's 25 and thought she was above the other baby mother because she was a K-list celebrity and not a regular girl. Sorry, babe, I'm calling the cops. She knew what it was. Oh, okay, I see why you say that. Yeah, she knew what it was.
Nobody getting dragged on the internet like that.
Yeah, she and you're right, Young. I'm sure she knew what it was. She did know what it was. You know what I'm saying? But that don't negate for you trying to put her out at 3 and the 2-month-old out at 3 in the morning. And granted, like Trini said, supposedly, and that's what I heard too, that she assaulted him. You know what I'm saying? Was he wrong for going live? I would say no, because he was protecting himself. You know what I'm saying? But going live for all that duration at that time, that was like that to me, that was a little too much. You know what I mean? You're right. Neither one of them get a pass. They don't get a pass. Neither one of them. You right. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think my co-host can agree with you on this one, because neither one of them don't get a motherfucker pass. You know what I'm saying?
Hence it being unfortunate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You wrong for putting your hands in that man, because what if he'd hauled off and slapped shit out you?
Well, we don't know that that's true.
Right.
So we speculating.
We speculating. Allegedly, hands got put on him. Maternal instinct may you grab all your stuff and leave. But my guess is he wouldn't put that baby out. So he ain't right.
Apparently, he told them both to get out.
I don't
know no mother that's gonna leave her baby at 3 in the morning. What mother do you know that's gonna leave their child at 3 in the morning? Like, come on now. What new mother? This baby 2 months, 3 months old. What mother? Ain't no who.
And allegedly, like Youngie said, where's her community? Allegedly, because I saw something this morning when the baby went alive again, and he was talking about, you know what I'm saying, her family don't fuck with her, and she ain't no family, or her mother, the grandmother ain't seen the baby and all this. But you know, again, the whole thing.
That's foul. Don't put that family business out there. Like,
yeah, you don't. Yeah, it's certain shit you put out there, certain shit you don't put out there. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. Chad, what you think?
I think now that I'm getting caught up on everything, what's our popular word that everyone's using? They're both toxic towards each other, and they just need to leave each other the fuck alone. Even though I bet y'all next week they'll be back together.
Exactly.
Oh, you already know.
That's why I'm not getting invested in this.
Right.
And that's another reason why people, you know what I'm saying, in situations like that, people just mind their motherfucking business. You know what we say? Mind the business that pays you, man. Because some shit, man, like Chad said, she liable to go back and entertain that bullshit the very next week. That's my point. I don't think a mother would, but the narrative is that he threw the baby out when it's her. The baby was fine in the house. It's just not how that type of situation would go. Yeah.
Again, I don't know no new mother that's gonna leave without their child if they being put out.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like, if you think any woman who just had a baby is gonna leave their infant child, especially the way these kids popping up dead by being left with boyfriends and stuff, and you got, you know, fuck no. You out your mind.
Y'all see that question? So, is this considered predatory behavior, or because some men act this way so frequently, we should just let it ride?
Well,
I wouldn't call it predatory, but I wouldn't say let it ride either.
I ain't say it was her child. I said I don't know no mother that's gonna. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know a mother that's gonna leave her child. Yes, their child, but she just pushed that baby out. She can still be
2 months ago.
breastfeeding. She's not leaving her baby. Like, that's just
How old
period.
is the baby?
Like 2 months.
2 months.
It's
2
a
months.
young. It's a newborn. It's a young
Yeah.
baby.
Making the baby was honest.
Exactly. Like, that's not even a question. Like, nah.
He ain't never throw the baby out. He wanted her out. He ain't shit in real life, but he's a good father. So is she good? Is she a good enough mother not to leave her child with their father? But she wasn't mother enough to leave this nigga alone? Right.
Everybody love to say that, bro. Have y'all been in these real life situations? Like, and that's why we're talking about it. Does life imitate art? Does art imitate life? Like, this shit happens every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like in real life.
and again, both parties was wrong on this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, so Yonji, you've been through that. That type
Did you
of
leave your
situation.
kid?
I doubt that. I doubt the fuck that. I know Yonji ain't leaving the kids.
I mean, that's what I mean. I don't know. She may have, because she said, you know.
You know, it's just, man. So again, I asked y'all, was it like, do y'all think he was doing the proper thing by putting some of it on live to protect himself?
I think he could have recorded it personally.
Oh, okay. Instead of putting it on live.
We don't know, but she could be crazy and tried to break his phone or something, and he wouldn't have been able to show the video for proof.
Gotcha.
I'm saying speculation.
Fair.
Like, this might have been the 5th phone that she broke in his.
Very fair.
Arguing.
Very
so
fair.
He was like, you ain't getting me this time.
Very
live.
Very fair.
Then again, I'm fucked up. We have to start from the beginning and shit. We don't even know the fucking beginning of this shit for real. We don't.
It look like they're perfect for each other.
Stop.
Like, I'm perfect for each other in real life. Like,
I was fucked up with him wholeheartedly, but then he called Shawty a side piece on the motherfucking on the gram and shit. Like, but just a few weeks ago, you was all bundled up with her, taking pictures with her on the cars and the private jets and all this, but now she's a side piece. Like, you what? But you motherfucking
Luca back.
You getting a side piece pregnant? You wild for that one?
They do though.
It happens.
And who was his main piece? I mean, like, if she wasn't, maybe I think he was saying she's side chick material, not girlfriend material or wifey material. I mean, because who was the main chick? If she was a side piece, like, I don't know. I don't follow his life.
Okay, well, last I heard.
Hey Youngji, what's your email address? And I'll send you the link.
Material.
Wait, ain't he a rapper that got a whole bunch of kids and baby mamas?
No, that's Future.
Well, besides Future, somebody else is running second place.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know.
It's not Nick Cannon.
I don't
know. I think it is him. It's one of them. What's the other rapper? Is it Lil Baby? Unfortunate Baby? What is it?
Like, why does he like this corner so much?
And how did he do that? Let's see how long it lasts.
I think personal matter stay personal, but it's hard to prove innocence when he said, she said. So today's world put everything on the web. You're right. And I feel you on that one.
Only person that need to see it is the cops, though, for real. I mean, the court of public opinion is what it is. Where he would probably always be wrong, though, even if it's always gonna be what happened, what started it, why she hit him, what he do. Like, it's always the court of public opinion is just that. So
you said the court of public opinion is what, Tiff?
I said the court of public opinion is going to be what it is, one way or the other. Because even if it's a video showing her hitting him first, it's still going to be like, well, what did he do? I bet he was gaslighting. I bet he was egging on. It's like it's always going to be something. So record that shit, send it to the police, something.
To cover your own ass.
Now we all talking about it because it was on live when nobody necessarily would have known. I mean, somebody in the police office probably would have leaked the shit, but you know, our neighbor.
Now let me drop this mixtape.
I think personal in regards to celebrities is like saying that her family don't fuck with her. We didn't need to know that.
Yeah, we didn't need to know all that.
We didn't need to know that. Like
that's
that doesn't have anything to do with the story.
There's certain shit you put on that joint. You know what I'm saying? You called it, like I said, you called it a side piece and all that, and put like you said, Tiffany putting her personal business out there about her family and not fucking with them. Yeah, you don't do no bad fuck shit like that. In that situation,
right back fucking each other next week.
And that's what Chad said. You make it just put it on regular record and not put it on live.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you said too.
Yeah, Chad said he recorded just in case, like, what if she broke the phone and it would never even get to be sent. So it's like I get that too.
Allegedly, her family don't want no black baby. Oh wow. Mika, what's up, Mika? He had a relationship with his first baby mother, and Danny Lee thought she was replacing the first BM. You got locked up for similar shit. What happened, Luke? If you don't mind us asking. That's crazy. There she go. GG.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Hey, Tiff.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Chad. Hi, Ray.
Cracker. All right. So, what you talk to us, man? What you think, man?
What you say?
I said, so talk to us. What's your perspective?
I mean, I'm a big person that says like how you get one is how you lose one, right? So these games that these kids is playing is a little ridiculous to me. I feel like we can all be like, oh, it's unfortunate because the baby, but before we get to the baby, we gotta talk about the bitch. So you allowed yourself, because what she said in her live was like, oh, I've been dealing with this shit for 3 years.
That's your fault.
So that's your fault. So, but I'm like, you know, we want to excuse. You can't turn red flags pink. I keep saying this shit. Like, if you see something and it's something that you realize is like something that you don't agree with, like if it make your eyebrow go up, that means you don't agree with the shit, right? So, if you choose to stick in a situation, even though you know you don't really fuck with it, when things happen that fall in line with what this person has shown you, who can you really get mad at? You're mad at the person for being who they are, or are you mad at yourself? So my whole thing is like, she has to, and I tell this to any person who goes through these situations, like you have to take accountability for the part that you played. And then you have to forgive yourself. Then it's kick fucking rocks. But when it comes to your kid, you have to make smart decisions. I can't be like, oh, what mother would lead a child with a father? He's never had a problem being a good father. He has a problem being a good partner. So
how do you know that though?
Just based off what we see. That's all we going off.
I've never seen anything. I have no clue how he is as a father.
That's you. I'm talking from what I've seen. So
that's what you've seen. Okay.
But, so you know what I'm saying?
Also, secondary question: how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 40.
So you know she's 25, right?
Okay.
CJ, what's up, CJ?
Lessons at 25, lessons at 35, lessons at 40 are different.
I'm not saying that they're not different. What I'm saying is that I don't relate to regular 25, 35 or 40-year-olds. So for me, that's not going to work as an excuse. So what I'm saying is though that first of all, we have to talk about, like I said, we're not going to call it predatory, of course, because nobody wants to have that label put on normalized behavior. But if he know that but as a man, as men, when you operate in this world, they know when ass is easy. They know when a bitch is weak. They know when it's going to be easy to manipulate her into certain situations. To me, that's predatory. So if he's saying that, oh, her family don't fuck with her, oh, her family this, her family that. So you already knew going in that she was going to be dependent on you.
She was going to be relying on you. Yeah.
Okay. And she herself thinking, based off of her own narrative and her own song that she put out trying to put down women of darker shades, that she thought she was in a position of power because of how she looked and what she felt like she was bringing to his situation. So therefore, you're playing a role and you're doing this, and now things ain't going how you thought it was going to go. So now you're upset. Why would you give up your home? Why would you put yourself in a position to be dependent on him? It
Because
just
she's
doesn't.
25, young and dumb. I mean, I get it. I understand everything. I mean, that's it though. I mean, I understand everything you're saying. I had my daughter. I got pregnant at 25.
Okay.
I stayed another 5 years. Like, I mean, would I do it now? Absolutely not.
But that's what I'm saying. But
it's not making an excuse, and then calling her a bitch and stuff. It's like, to me, that's a little harsh. When she's
I'm
young.
talking. Oh wait,
she could be a hoe. She could be a slut. She could be all of that.
When I say
like,
bitch, when I say bitch is not personal. When I say bitch is not personal, it's a colloquialism for me, just like nigga is.
Absolutely.
So I'm not saying.
I say it too.
I'm not saying to downgrade her. I don't know her, so I don't even know how to say her name correctly. All I'm saying is, when I say bitch, I'm not trying to say nothing about her as a person. It's just something I'm saying. But I had my daughter when I was 21, right? So for me, the lesson was learned. I called a nigga the day I came home from the hospital. I was at my dad's house. I said what I had to say. He didn't respond. He wanted to respond a week later. At that point, it's too late. I'm just like, everybody lessons kicking at different times. I'm confused as to why there was nobody available to her to say, the shit that you're doing is dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to say you with the shit, but then when the shit get flushed on the toilet, then you want to act like, nah, that wasn't a proper wipe. You with the shit or you not with the shit. So if you a whole mother now, too. So when you became a mom though, your mindset did change. It's changed, and that shit is like.
But maybe this is the thing. Like, you asked, why did she stay 3 years? I know for some women, becoming a mother does change them enough. This could be the change. I mean, I feel like Chad though. She probably will be back next week. Low key,
and that's
but
too.
This could be the change, the lesson, the smack, the wake up. Like, bitch, you look stupid as fuck right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel everything that you're saying. Like, me today at 36, like 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 100% there with you, and I agree. And I'm not giving a pass for her either. And I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying I can understand how being young, dumb, never in that situation, maybe not having guidance or anything like that, if her family don't fuck with her like that. Like, why your family don't fuck with you, like somebody else said. Like, maybe your family is fucked up. And so it's like, I don't know. I think there's probably a lot there.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why I'm saying.
Go back
that's
to
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We
Mm-hmm.
have to go to the start. And so everybody wants to kind of harp on just this incident itself. It's not an isolated situation. Right. There's been different things that he was going through with like other women that she was like on the sideline egging him on. So like that's what I'm saying. Like so you might not be aware of how you would feel as a young woman, as a young mother, trying to make things work with the father of your child. I mean, I'm sure we all kind of go through that. Like, I don't give a fuck, but I'm sure a lot of people do care about that. So my thing is like, but there was other things that led up to this moment. And so what I'm saying is like, it's hard for me to just be like, oh, he did this and that's wrong on him, when we've noticed and we've seen it. They put it out there, her behavior in general with a lot of different situations. Karma is a bitch. So it's either when you do things, that's going to land on you, can land on your children. You don't know how far that's going to go. So I can't just sit by and be like, girl, you.
That's why we said it's unfortunate for both of them, though. We said both of them are wrong, and karma on both of them. They both look like idiots.
I can't even use the word unfortunate. The unfortunate part only for me applies.
I know. You're not
only for the baby. I can say it for the baby because the baby is innocent. But for those two, it's not. It's the unfortunate is not this act itself. The unfortunate is the beginning, because again, we can't act like his behavior. We normalize this behavior so much in certain men that it feels like it's okay to act this way, right? We've normalized it so much. For young women, they think it's okay to be treated this way. So we have to begin. That's why I asked about the predatory question. We don't want to use the word because it's that word carries a lot of weight. But this is a weighted situation. You know what I'm saying? I
think that predatory toxic, absolutely interchangeable in this situation, because you're praying. How is that not being a predator at the end of the day? So I didn't have an opinion on the predatory, but I mean, I do agree with you. Those type of men do recognize weakness. They do recognize that, and they take full advantage of it. It's an abuser, you know.
Right.
It's an abuser financially, probably mentally, emotionally, clearly verbally. And again, some of that probably definitely goes with both of them back and forth. Like you calling somebody you love a side chick, you cuckoo like a bird. Like you know what, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, like on the internet in front of millions of people. Like you don't do that to a person you care about. So this isn't.
But
that was just
for sure.
But the thing, but to define that though, to extend that conversation, when you talk about care and love, you're talking about it from your own perception, right? Absolutely. How you interpret those ideas, how you interpret those words. Absolutely. I was with somebody who cheated, right? And he said to me, me doing this does not mean that I don't love you, right? So in his mind, he felt like that doesn't stop me from loving you. That doesn't stop me from caring about you, right? But in my mind, I'm like, well, my interpretation of love is this. Like, if you love me, then you wouldn't do things that would hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? And then he comes with, well, that's why I lie. Well, now, nigga, you going into a whole nother situation where we got a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's he loved you how he loved you. Not how you needed to be loved.
Right. So I can't speak to him saying if he cares about her, because maybe his level of care is not Tiff's level of care, or it's not my level of care.
It's not a healthy level of care. It may be care. It's help. It ain't exactly,
but that's my point. So I can't speak to that. You know what I'm saying? If because in her situation, she must have felt secure enough to allow him to impregnate her. You know what I'm saying? Right. That wasn't the first nut he busted inside of her, so she was okay with it for however long she was, until now that she has this new baby, no longer is she okay with that, and that's why her mind is changing. And change is a volatile process. It's a volatile process because she's become so accustomed to doing one thing, and now her mind is changing because it's a whole nother individual that's involved.
Yep.
That happens. That's normal. I don't, in my of my friends who have had children, there's not many of them. But that was the kind of defining point in their relationships where they started to look at their partners differently
when they had kids. Which is funny for me, because when you ask, like, have I been in that situation? I haven't been in her exact situation, but when I approached having children, it was way different, because I never cared if I was with the father or not. I had a father, and my dad told me when I was 6 years old in the car that I'm your nigga. So whatever a nigga not doing for you, I'ma always do for you. And that stayed with me, right?
And that was that nigga.
And that was that, right? You know, right?
So that's an interesting sidebar conversation too, because we've talked about that slightly before, like with women treating their sons like the boyfriends. So that's an interesting like saying like that's my man, that's my
no, not like that, not like that.
No, I get what you're saying. I completely, because fathers, you're supposed to be a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl to a degree,
right?
And that is, I do think that's his role. That a dad is supposed to show you how a man is supposed to treat you.
Right.
My family the same way. I don't have to ask nobody for shit if my go to my dad.
Right.
My dad will do whatever for my daughter, period.
Right. Exactly. And that's but what I'm saying is, like, I didn't care, like it never entered my mind that I would be with my children's father. Like when my first
important to me. That was the only reason I went through the pregnancy, because I actually thought my daughter's father was going to be
right.
There.
And
I was wrong.
No, it's not.
I was though, but I was. But I'm saying that I was not like you. Right. That wasn't a concern for me. That was like the major part of actually going through with the pregnancy.
But I think that also changes how you work in the situation, right? Because you're working to keep that together, so your motivation is different, right? For my first child, I wasn't thinking. I kicked him out of the house. I didn't care. I was like, I don't give a damn. Like, all I care about is you being a parent to your child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about our relationship in that respect. His mindset was, if we're not together, I don't know how to be a parent to the child. And that was a weird concept to me, because my dad was a single parent. But even when I got pregnant the second time,
he wanted to be with you and not the kid. My other ex explained that to me.
Yeah, no. Let me say, the realest nigga I know is a white man. Okay, so he could not conceptualize in his mind the idea of being a parent to our child separated from being together with me. Exactly. That was a real thing for him, and it was a real issue for a long time.
Same over here with that one.
Yeah, the realest nigga, because every black man I know take care of their child. The one that don't is a white man. So for me, the realest nigga I know is a white man. So it was just a different mindset, you know. And like my friend today was talking to me, and she was just like, you know, young girls going through these situations and they want to marry these guys and they want to do that. Don't have a kid before you get married. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about. I don't want to beat your wife. Like, I'm good. Like, you could be a great dad and be a good friend at the same time and leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't necessarily need you to be my husband. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, I was like, well, if that's the point that she's coming from, all those things are going to, you know, attack her differently. And who knows? She probably wasn't even thinking about being with him for the long haul until she got pregnant. Who knows? But initially, I was under the impression she got pregnant. They wasn't fucking with each other no more. And now she's talking about she gave up her home. She moved in. She's over there. And I'm like, girl, did he ever give you any indication that that's the kind of security he was providing you?
I mean, she couldn't have moved in without his permission, though, right? I mean, it's not like she just.
No, I'm not saying that.
I mean, for her, that was probably the security. Oh, he's inviting me into his home.
Well, she kept wearing a night bag on and just kept leaving
not to give up your house, though.
Hold on.
Not to give up your house, though.
There's a comment on here. He said it's dangerous for men, though, because it often translates to outdoors that a man with resources is required from the gate. Men in their 20s don't have that. They only have the character to achieve it. My father didn't teach me that. My father taught me about character. So you can't, that's a blanket statement. My father wasn't saying like, if that nigga can't provide for you, then I provide. That's not what he was saying. He was talking about real nigga shit. He was saying basically like, you ask a nigga for something, he might more than likely 99% of the time he's going to want something back. So put yourself in a position where you don't have to need a nigga. You want that nigga. So therefore, and if there's something that you do need and he can't, whatever it is, you don't have to go asking him. If he doesn't just give it to you, then don't ask him. I got you.
We know all fathers don't provide that, though. We know all fathers.
No, I'm answering his like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
I got a daughter too, so it's like, and I can speak for it for myself. Not all fathers provide that.
No, not all fathers do. Hell, not all mothers do, because my mother wasn't in my life. Schizo.
Because you said you got to be raised by a single father.
Yeah, absolutely. Single father. Absolutely. So I'm just saying that for me, that was my situation. When I approached things, I never considered marrying either one of my children's fathers. Neither one of them. It never crossed my mind to say, oh, this is going to be my husband. I saw these niggas and I was like, oh, okay. We got kids. Okay.
Yeah, I personally, I don't want to get married.
You don't ever?
I've never wanted to get married. No.
Right.
There's one person in my life that I would marry. Probably. Like, otherwise, and before him, didn't want to get married. Still after him, I don't want to get married. He's literally the only person I would get married to. But I look at child rearing as important. So the man that's going to be the father of my child, that actually mattered. Like I said, that mattered to me. It's not something I could go into and be like, all right, we got kids. And it's like, yo, I respect the fuck out of it. And it's I like hearing a different perspective on it because it's one I've never heard before. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I like to hear it. Actually, it's very I am want to hear me roar. I like it. Like, you know,
it's not even that.
Though. Like I've only heard that from a woman who, you know, maybe was single and of a certain age and was like, okay, I'm just ready. IVF, I'm gonna have kids. Like that's kind of the stereotypical situation that you hear about it. So it's like I like hearing this perspective for sure. Like thank you for bringing it to us. You know.
Yeah, you got a question.
Did
you get pregnant on purpose or surprise?
Was I fucking them or was I not? It's never a surprise when you fucking.
God, there it is.
You can't be surprised when you fucking. That's a side effect.
You can be surprised, but you'd be like, God damn it.
No, you can't. You're not really surprised. You are not really surprised. You ain't really surprised. You just like, what the fuck? Like that is surprise. That's just like, goddamn, like this nigga here, it's some bullshit. But no, I wouldn't consider myself being surprised. I was in a relationship with people. I was active in my relationship sexually, and with my first one, I was in shock because I didn't think I could get pregnant because I was very active prior to being in the relationship. So I just didn't think that it was happening, right? Because I was like, by this time, niggas be having accidents, don't they? Like shit be happening.
Goddamn Adolf Hitler Nazi party off of here.
And that never happened. But when it did happen, it happened. And then with my second relationship, 10 years later, child, that's a whole nother. But
that means we making it to the top, yo. These niggas be Zoom crashing and everything. We got our first crashers, y'all.
But second time get this shit.
But then the second time, well, because I got into a relationship, it took us a little while to get into a relationship. We got into a relationship, but and then we was just active in our relationship, and I just got pregnant, and I got pregnant again. This is 5 years now. This is the first time in 10 years I haven't been pregnant within 5 years because I was with him. So
he even got some super sperm, or you on like birth control?
I don't do birth control. I do not because it's poison. It's poison to your body. I don't believe in that. But but it wasn't like I was like, oh, pull out, oh, don't do it, oh, whatever. No, we got it. It's good. We good. So we good. We just, and like I said, but my mindset is different. Like, what I'm saying? Like I said, like when we even got together, I wasn't thinking like this is the man I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. So it wasn't ever like, I don't know, that wasn't an issue for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like what it is. And the only thing I stayed in a relationship longer than I did was because I didn't want to go through the same shit I went through with my first child's father. It wasn't so much for me. It was more so for my kids. You do what you have to do trying to make the better for the kids. But other than that, the fuck, it is what it is. But these twins is kicking my ass, Tiff. You know what I'm saying? These last two, child, they had came first. It wouldn't have been no motherfucking body else.
Do you all see the benefits of a 2-parent household or no? I think the reason I never had another kid was because I didn't want to do it on my own again.
Team Sarah, I'm not doing this single parent shit again.
It's definitely a benefit.
I wanted kids. I absolutely wanted kids. And I don't got to be in a relationship, but
do you all see the benefits of a 2-parent household or no? Yeah.
Absolutely. It's shit hard by yourself.
Yeah.
Depends on the household.
And I was about to say that, Young G, it definitely depends on the household. Quite naturally. It definitely.
Well, that's why I'm a single parent, because that household ain't work.
Right.
Like, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. Well, so let's be specific. So Sarah, yes, I feel like that's why I stayed, like I said, I stayed with my second children's father longer because I was trying to provide stability with 2 parents in the home. But it was chaos. So really my oldest child had a more stable upbringing because I was single, but I was doing what I was doing, but like it wasn't anyone inside the home that could disrupt my peace. Whereas when I was in the relationship, we weren't the same reasons that I knew I wasn't going to marry him was the same things that were disrupting our togetherness. And so it became a dysfunctional situation for our children. So in that situation, no, it wasn't better to be in a 2-parent home. And that could also be because I never saw the structure of a proper 2-parent home. So it goes beyond just, what I'm saying, what it is for me.
But 2-parent home doesn't mean that you stay with that person who is the parent of your child. Like,
not necessarily.
2 people yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can leave that person.
No, it's not
2 parents raising your child. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a step-parent relationship.
But we got to be real about that too, because this nigga's off his rocker. So like, I have to preface every situation like, okay, like, unless you're willing to take up where he provides, then you don't need to meet my kids, and we don't need to make it, because I'm not going through, like I said, disruption to my peace is real. So I'm not about to be fighting with this nigga about how serious I'm involved with you and what you mean to me when you're not even willing to pick up these children.
But if they are, then are you willing to do
then
that?
That's the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not willing to be up in no war with this nigga I gotta spend the rest of my life with for somebody who can't commit to that type of response, because it's a responsibility. It's a big one. I have 4 kids with him, and I have a child in college, and he helps with her as well. So I'm not gonna be.
So I mean, would you? So is that almost like, well, just saying you might as well just be with him?
Fuck no.
Okay. Okay.
Fuck.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. No, honey, ain't nothing like disruption of my peace. When I say, okay, it's time for you to go, his ass gets up and goes home. When I say, okay, you can come over, you can come over. I don't have to deal with no unnecessary nothing. I don't argue with motherfuckers. I don't.
Sarah, that's Trini. That's Trini and his wife. They got the 2 kids with the same birthday. Nice, pretty house. I don't think it's it might be a picket fence in the backyard. It's a trampoline in that motherfucker. I know that. But they're like keeping up with the Browns, not the Jones.
Brian, what's up, Brian? Kyrie, fuck Kyrie. Welcome, y'all. Welcome.
That would be, it's tight if it worked.
You know?
Because that's the thing for me. I need help just with the everyday shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get tired of, especially with them being at home virtual. Bitch, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this lunch, these snacks, this dinner, this conversation. They want to talk for 12 fucking hours. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't have that much to say. So it's just
what's the age range? You said you got twins.
I have 4.
And 2 other kids. What are their ranges though?
4 kids under 10. I have a 9-year-old. My son just turned 8 on Monday, and I have twins that are turning 5 in a month. Bitch, I'm tired.
Nigga, you need a nanny. Fuck a man. You need a nanny and a maid.
Kyrie, what up, Kyrie?
I'm tired. I'm mentally exhausted all the time because I have 4 different personalities, 4 different conversations, you know, and at any time my college kid can tap in because she called me today and that was like an hour and a half. So it's like I'm all the time. I'm on all the time. And, you know, so when people be talking about partnerships and co-parenting, I'm like, I need some real life co-parenting. I don't just need a nigga talking about something. Oh, I'm about to drop some diapers off. Fuck them diapers.
But what would courting you look like or dating you look like? Like if someone is willing to be that person in your life, like
dating me right now.
How would they even get to that level?
We gotta make an appointment. We gotta like.
No, I mean that's fair. That's fair. It's like that's fair. Like so you're saying that you mentally aren't even capable of giving.
Sometimes I'm not
right now because it's too much. You already got too much on your plate.
Sometimes I'm not, and I have to be. And I had. See if that's a good question because I had to be honest with myself. About a year and a half ago, you know, I was like, do I really want a boyfriend? Like, I don't even care for relationships that much. So I had to really think about like, what do I want from a relationship? And so if I can ask for that, I have to be able to put that in there. I don't have the energy to be doing it like that strong. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like dating and stuff, like if it's a date, I need advance notice because I got to get babysitter. And sometimes I got to split the kids up because it's 4 of them. And people be like, bitch, I can't. So I got So I got to like split it up. A lot of the time I'm like, I can go out at night, but you know, niggas, as soon as nighttime hit, they thinking, oh,
nighttime is the right time.
Right. And for me, I'm like, no, really, we could just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could just chill. And they be like, yeah, we could just chill. I'm like, no, that's not
nighttime is the right time.
I want to watch TV.
Right. It gets a little iffy sometimes because my hours are so like fucked up, but my daytime hours are dedicated to my kids. I don't play about that. No, you can't come over. No, you can't. No, you can't do this. Like I had a friend and he was like, oh, I'll come over, you know, for dinner or something. I said, well, who? The children? They're not going to see you. They're not going to see you.
Right.
I don't. So it's just like stuff like that. But that's how it is. It's set up really weird. But I mean, I haven't been dating, you know, because it's like I said, it's weird. But once you start talking about you got kids and shit like that, niggas be like, hold up, because I'm real about it. My kids, like Ray told you, like I don't have to worry about nobody trying to take me away from my kids. It's gonna be death. So like I don't play about them. So if you can't really see yourself eventually get into that point, then it's nothing for us to really.
Well, that's why I don't date because I don't kind of like the point of dating for me is like you're gonna be around. Otherwise, it's like I'm like
dating with a purpose.
Like the date for a purpose. Like you got 4 kids. Like nigga, it's a purpose.
It's a purpose over here.
Like it's a whole.
If we want to be
over here, nigga.
If we want to be serious,
it's 5 purposes over here.
Nigga. But the other purpose is I gotta like you. A lot of niggas bore me.
Oh, that's the main thing.
Hey, Slim,
I get bored.
And this nigga here, that nigga there, that nigga down there in that right corner, get bored. She get bored quick. You hear me? Quick.
I get bored quick. My mind is quick. I get bored quick. So for me, it's like hold my attention because you might not even get to meet a friend of mine if you can't even hold my attention. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask y'all this, lady. Since you said hold my attention, how nowadays is it harder for men to hold women's attention nowadays than it was back in the day?
Depends on the woman. I think it depends on the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think too, a lot of confusion.
Let alone hold it. Shit.
That's one. That's one too.
You say get it?
You gotta keep my attention, let alone hold it. So,
but I don't think I think there's a lot of confusion about what is real and what's not. You know, we had a lot of these people talking about what do you bring to the table and what's a high value this and a high value that. And I'm just like, the things that y'all put on a man that's considered high value versus the things that you put on a woman of high value, it's a big discrepancy. And people have too many people in your ear telling you what is worthy and what is not. We're all individuals. We're all unique. So if you're listening to a generalized statement about what you're supposed to be looking for, and that's what you're going with, you coming out wrong out the door to me. You know what I'm saying? But I think, like Tiff said, first get my attention. What I have noticed lately is a lot of these men ain't passionate no more. You know, niggas used to fucking talk to you a certain way and let you know like it's you. These niggas nowadays, they be like, oh well, you know, do you want me? Nigga, get the fuck, like,
Candace, what's up?
Who's the dick holder in this situation? Like, I'm not understanding. Like,
we're in the know your worth king era right now, sis. This is the know your worth king era.
Let me tell you something. I have no problem letting you know your worth. I have no problem, you know, letting a nigga know, nigga, you the nigga. I will let you know. But first, nigga, say something. The way these niggas want to be treated like ladies out here, I'm over. That shit is exhausting. Like, call me.
Well, the men will say that women did that. How do you feel about that? Wanting to be equal, like all the things. The men's response to that is generally, we are this way now because this is what you all said you wanted. This is what you all required. You said we were thirsty when we were courting you.
Right.
We can't come up to, hey, Miss Lady, I don't know your name to call you by your name. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we hear all these counteractions. What are your thoughts on that?
It's conflicting for me because I've always been an aggressive female.
Okay.
So I've always been able to, and that could come from being raised by a man, I don't know, but I've always been okay with approaching a man, right? And so when I was coming up, a lot of girls would be like, well, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Not?
And I'm just like, right. And that was my response. I'm like, well, why not? Men don't like rejection no more than we do. So why the fuck they gotta keep going through that? That's a mental thing. Why do they have to
say that? I always say that. No, I said nobody likes rejection.
Right. But I was talking like this at 9 and 10. We ain't talking about teenage adult years. I was talking like this as a kid. This was me in elementary school. I would go to a nigga quick, like, I think you're cute. Like, what's the deal? Blah, 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 blah. So I've been doing this for a long time.
Girl, I still don't do that now.
You don't?
Not for no reason. Not because it's just like it's like if you ain't, I don't know. It's like,
let me tell you something.
Get my attention. So it's like it's not enough. I'm not interested enough to even do that.
I don't know. No, I'll do it. I'll do it. And I read a nigga. So like if he's kind of even like acting like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm God's gift. I'm a thick bitch. I got a big ass. So for me, you know, I'm the gift. So a nigga gonna let you, Tiff, come on now. You gotta start.
I ain't got no ass. I ain't got no ass. I got a face.
But you got them
titties. Look, I got a face, some titties, and some thighs.
You got
That's what I got. I make it work though. Okay.
Leave what you got, honey. But that's the thing. So for me, but even in my aggression, I've still met men who were okay with that, who were attracted to that part of me. And so I think when niggas be like, oh, that's what y'all wanted, equality and equity are two different things, and that's a conversation. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have to lose your masculinity in order to better attract a true feminine woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a yin and a yang, and a lot of people don't understand that concept as it really truly is. It doesn't exist as separate. It coexists. There should be equal parts masculine, equal parts feminine in both of us. So therefore, when I am saying to you, there's a way to approach me, it's not a rebuff. It's not a rebuff. It's a teachable moment. Okay, honey, or ma'am, how would you like for me to approach you? And then that's a conversation. But when you start getting all volatile and you either get aggressive or you get all standoffish, where's the median? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a weird thing. I don't understand how women can become the catalyst and the problem solver for the same issue.
I'm aggressive though. Like, I'm aggressive. I'm not very shy. But again, I'm not approaching. Like, a man can approach me, but I will easily be like, who are you?
Right. And that's a rebuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, I remember I was at it was a meet and greet, and some guy kept telling me that he was like, come here. We were at like a bowling alley or something. He kept being like, come here. And I was like, hold on. You see him talking. I'll be there in a minute, or you can come over here and join the conversation.
Right.
And he was kind of like, Oh, you don't know who I am, do you? I said, obviously you don't know who I am. Like, you see they talking to me. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
fuck you mean?
I'll be with you in a second, or you can come join the conversation. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, so it's like a lot of men don't know how to, they aren't used to that. So it's like you said, aggressive, and it comes up as a rebuff, you know.
Well, but then to me, right, that's a sign that's letting you know that person isn't going to fit into your energy
at all.
Right. And so, but it takes both parties to say that, to be mature enough to say that just ain't it. Because if it was, it is not going to be an issue of me crossing that line. It's not going to be an issue of me waiting my turn. You know what I'm saying? So I think that just comes with, you know, experience, I guess. And like I said, since I've been doing this for so long, for me now, I'm irritated. I'm kind of like, I'm at an irritated point, because at 40, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with all these men? Like, where are I literally realized it last night what it was. I said, I'm missing passion. I'm missing a nigga just like grabbing a bitch like, hey, like on my ass and cupping my face and kissing me. I'm not kissing no nigga for the first time. A nigga should kiss me. Do you want to fucking put your lips to mine? Like, don't talk to me about no head, no nothing. If you can't even fucking kiss a bitch on the cheek, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Can you get genuine passion like that if you aren't necessarily open and available to it?
I'm open.
It's like, we want it, you know, we want it, but you got to be vulnerable enough and put in the time and work for passion. Like, because to me, like, you can have sexual chemistry. Chemistry is one thing, like, you know what I'm saying, but passion is something almost that's cultivated.
Don't cry.
But that's what I'm saying. But when I tell you I get bored, it's a whole process for me, because it's steps. You know, every woman has their different thing. For me, what I know about myself is mental. So if you can't touch my brain, I'm not talking about just, oh, this nigga smart. Oh, this nigga, nah. You gotta touch my brain. You gotta touch my spirit, and then then you really gonna touch my body. Like, fucking me is fucking me. We with the shits all day. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I know you ain't touching that spiritual, and you ain't touching my mind. And I'm not talking about being religious. I'm talking spirituality. Absolutely. If we can't talk about spirituality in a real way, if we can't talk on conversations with a nigga getting like mad because you don't agree with the fuck he's saying, like, then you're losing me. And I know that of myself. You know what I'm saying? But when I say passion, I'm talking about that passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, grab this ass, grab me, let me know that you like what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even get mad when niggas look at other bitches, because I'm looking at other bitches too. Like, what the fuck? But let me know that even in that room of bitches and niggas, it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas just don't have that gusto has dissipated. And now that's unattractive to me. Like, I just don't, I'm like, what you waiting on? Like, what's going, like, I don't understand.
I think it still goes back into being vulnerable. It's like, like Lucas said, you don't get it to you know what I'm saying? He's saying for him, you don't give that to everybody.
Which is fair.
So I don't give a lot, you know, I think that's why I said I think it's cultivated. You know, it's like you have to actually put in the work for that. It's like some level of work. Like I said, some chemistry is just natural, and it just from the first time it's like, okay, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you got it. Like, because it's just there. But I would still think that's chemistry. I don't know.
I'm not saying that. I'm just speaking in
no.
I'm okay, because I don't
want them kind of as I'm processing it at the same time.
I don't want them to think like the first nigga that walk up to me, they supposed to be like, damn, that's not what I'm talking.
No. I don't think that's
I'm just making sure that no, you understand me, because we have conversations. But a lot of them don't know me. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is like,
I think they get your energy that you will clock them upside their fucking head if just a random nigga walked up and grabbed you on your ass.
Okay, just to be clear.
I think they feel that, because I feel that.
Yeah, and just to be clear, and like, you know, to address the men of like, oh, you can't get that to every woman. It's all the things I don't give to every man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I be with the shits. I let men lead. So if a nigga meet me and he on the like, let's just fuck shit or whatever, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But don't just be switching shit up. Now, if shit changing, you better talk about it, because I'm still gonna be with the shit. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna I let a man lead. I let a man do what he gonna do. And once you show me what it is, and that's what the fuck it is, unless we have a different conversation. And a lot of women don't know how to do that. That's a vulnerability too. A lot of women don't know how to allow a man to do his thing. Let a nigga do his thing. Let him show you what he's talking about. And then once you see it, you have to make a decision. Are you with it or are you not with it? Now, if you with it, you got to accept everything that comes with that shit.
Well, until you don't.
CP says she's ready to fight, not fuck.
Nah, yes, you do. You take it until you decide you don't. Like I said, it's a conversation. It's a conversation. But to me, when women be like, well, I don't want a nigga that's doing this and a nigga that's doing that, then the nigga do the shit. And then they be like, oh, well, I get it. What you stuttering for, bitch? Either you with it or you not with it.
You know, a lot of people never, that's what we have to say, never say never. Motherfuckers say a whole lot of shit until they actually up in the situation.
I don't never say never, no. I don't never say never.
Hey, no, just because it's not true for you doesn't mean that you don't know that that's not true.
Well, everybody on here, take it with you. Never say never and never make a motherfucking promise.
That way. Question. He said, overlook to what end? Relationship, marriage, Friday night session?
It's anything. Like, I don't know if y'all ever heard this little statement before, but it's some real shit. If you find out your nigga cheating, let that nigga cheat in silence. Let him cheat in peace. And what that means, unless you're going to say, no, don't just leave. Be gone for good, right? Yeah. Because if a nigga do something that you don't like, it don't even have to be cheating. Nigga do something you don't like, and all he gotta fucking do, all you gonna do is right. If I'm a nigga, I'm gonna take that. All right, go ahead, talk your shit, and then I'm gonna go back. And I'm gonna give you a couple weeks or whatever, peace and quiet or whatever the fuck. And then I'm going back to the shit, right? You gotta be disruptive. Now, if you ain't willing to disrupt no shit, then you need to sit back and take that L till you ready to do something. And that's just point blank and period. That's in anything. It doesn't matter if it's a Friday night sessions, marriage, whatever. Because you have to, you teach people how to treat you. Period. So if you with a person and they show you parts of their character and you say, okay, I'm agreeing to, you agree to it if you don't disrupt shit. So once you don't disrupt shit, you're agreeing to it. You can't get mad when a person do exactly what you know they're going to do. I don't understand that. A person being who they are.
You can get mad. It's just a
get mad at yourself.
Response.
Get mad at yourself. Because you the one that.
I mean, you get mad. It's human nature to get mad. It's human nature to have a feeling. So
get mad at yourself.
Whether it's placed in the right spot, hey man, but it's natural.
I ain't getting mad over the nigga doing what the nigga gonna do. That's like getting mad because the nigga breathing.
Some bitches are.
Some bitches are. Again, they should take it with them. Take it with you, bitch. Don't get mad at a nigga for doing what a nigga gonna do. Just like you don't want to get mad because you do what you do. You can't get mad. You can get mad at yourself. But if he already showed you who he is as a person, and you choose to accept that, you accept it when you don't disrupt. If you're not accepting of it, become disruptive. If you're not going to be disruptive, then you're accepting.
You sound funny, Yanji.
That's period.
Your tone. She might need to. I think you got to go out and come back in because your
your tone
your sound switched. It sound like you on speaker. So just go out and come back in and should fix it.
Yeah. That's the problem. I disrupted at the last minute.
Show y'all. Thank y'all for joining. We haven't even gotten to Will and Jada yet.
Right.
We've been on DABABY and Danny. Y'all come through. Let's talk about it.
All femininity is strength and all by itself.
We gonna hit Will and Jada. What?
Next
10 minutes.
Next 5 minutes.
9:55. We'll hit Will and Jada.
Yeah. False femininity is a strength by all itself. It's a survival instincts that tend to be displayed that causes a negative response.
It's a different combative. I like that too.
What is he talking about?
I think him and Candace was having conversation.
Trini and Candace were talking.
Okay.
CP said it's a difference in strong and combative. I 100% agree with that.
Lucas said, "Oh wait, niggas deal the same. What the fuck?" Everybody's
What part is he talking about? What part is Luca talking about?
The strength and the combativeness.
Probably.
Is that what you're talking about?
Well, he said that before. He said that before CP, so he can't talk about that, right?
Responding to Candace. Yeah, Trinity's responding to Candace.
And what did Candace say?
Candace was saying, they was having their own little conversation actually while y'all was talking.
Wait.
That's my problem. I disrupted at the last minute. They was going again. Their conversation was.
But I'm gonna say okay. See, I didn't even see that comment with Candace. That's another reason I'm not dating, because that is something that I have to work through. Like my therapist would always say, you have to be confident in having a conversation regardless of what the consequences are. We get scared of the consequences. That's why we won't have the conversation. So it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds until you disrupt shit at the last minute, and now everybody fucked up when it probably could have been a normal, calm, rational conversation earlier in the problem.
Indeed.
So, like I suffer from that at times as well. Certain conversations I'm uncomfortable having, but I know I have to get over that.
Some women confuse being strong with being combative.
Do women confuse it or do men?
No,
I
he
think
was
both.
saying basically. He was saying basically some women confused.
I
being
see that.
strong.
And my question to him is,
Right.
or her, is that something that men battle with, or is that something that women struggle with? Because in conversations I've had I had a date in May, and we talked about this.
Women.
Okay, I see. Was that too often strength is looked at as a competition between men and women? Too often. And why are we competing? My strength is a complement to yours. So I don't understand why it's considered combative, and I don't understand why a woman would consider her. Well, women do, and they downplay it too. You know, they'll go like, "I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of being a superwoman. I'm tired of this." Why?
Why what? Why are you tired?
Why would you be tired of being strong? Why would you be tired of being?
Because sometimes it's exhausting.
It's not.
Sometimes for me, I'll tell you 100%. It's
but is that your
exhausting sometimes?
Is your strength exhaustive, or the things that you're doing to demonstrate your strength?
Having to be strong. I work out. I lift weights. Guess what? When I finish working out, I'm tired.
Not the same.
Lifting them weights is tired. It's tired. Living, dealing with the burdens, having to be strong. It's tiring because it's heavy.
That isn't. But you shouldn't downplay your strength. Why do we have to attach it to being? But why do we have to attach it to? I need to alleviate it. Why do I have to give up my strength in order to make someone else feel?
It's not giving it up. Like I said, I'm equating it to working out because to me they're very similar. They tie mental and physical. Guess what? You have a rest day. You don't work out 7 days a week, full force every day. You have to have a rest day because your body is tired. Your body will get damaged.
But you're still strong.
You will get injured.
But you're still strong.
You're strong. But you injured and now you can't work out for 2-3 weeks.
But you're still strong. What I'm talking about,
you have to rest to let you have to let your resolve heal sometimes. Taking on the world full force every day does become exhausting.
Why are you doing that? Why are you? So that's the thing. Okay, so I'm not going to say to somebody, "Oh, I'm tired of being strong." I'm not necessarily tired of being strong. I'm tired of me feeling like in order for my strength to be acknowledged, I have to do this, 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 and this, right? So I don't understand when men and women, or not even just men and women, I guess, when people are having these conversations with each other because of their interest in each other, and they're like, well, and they talk about strength as it when it's applied to women mainly, or I shouldn't even say the more delicate person in the equation.
That's what he's
saying. Why is it applied and made it to seem like it's a negative thing? And why do women also take on that same coding? Men don't do. Most men that I know.
What is considered being strong in a relationship? Like, I mean, if that's what you're saying and that's what we're talking about, then what do you think is the negative? Because I don't feel tired of being a strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
I love feeling strong, but again, that doesn't mean that I need to rest sometimes.
I'm not, but
you know, and I get I get it. That's why I changed my question that I'm asking.
Right.
So what does that mean within a relationship that you think there may be confusing or deeming negative in the strength?
I'm not sure.
Maybe that's the question to the men. Maybe that's what you're asking. Okay.
Because CP just said, you know, a lot of time women think they're being strong, and he's saying that men perceive it as being combative. And my question is that why? And what are you attaching her combativeness to? If she has a question, if she's able to do what you're able to do too, because then it becomes
okay, he said combative. So he did answer. He said combative personality, attitude.
But what's a combative personality?
Probably that fuck you, boy. But what the fuck you doing? I mean, I've seen that.
But that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
But it's combative too, right?
That's disrespectful. No, not necessarily. Not every time somebody feels disrespected, do they feel like they got to fight. But my thing is, like, I wouldn't. So, for an example, when you talking something like that, I would never call a nigga a bitch to his face. Like, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna call no man a bitch, because once I say that.
I think that's
you
what
are
he's saying.
combative.
But I'm combative. No, but I'm not combative. You just can't match.
We're not seeing you in a relationship. So
but even if but see, I don't like. But don't. So that's my thing.
I don't think you're being combative. I don't think you're being combative. Period.
But that's what I'm about to say. As a man, why is me being able to say directly what I want, what I feel, what I expect, why is that considered combative? If you should consider that a compliment, you should consider that something that if it's not something you're attracted to, that's all well and dandy. But why do you have to label it combative? because that's a negative connotation.
I feel you. I feel that
I'm
question.
just trying to understand, but that's where, but that's perception. And so
combative.
that's where it gets messed up, right? Because if a man is saying he feels like her strength is combative in nature, and she feels like it's her strength, that's right there is where it's all that's a misunderstanding.
I agree. Yeah, I think that's it's a misunderstanding.
It definitely is, Corey.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's why I was asking the person that man, I was like, I don't understand why me being strong is something that you look at as a competition. Like, oh, I'm the man. I have to blah, 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 blah. My feminine energy should complement your masculine energy and vice versa. It shouldn't be like, I got to do this because blah, 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 or whatever. Like, and when people use the word like submit, it's always applied to the I don't like to say one, but the weaker gendered, I guess, person in the situation. Submission goes both ways, and when it's done properly, it's a
assertive and combative is easily confused.
I agree with that, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and in this conversation, it's a man that's telling me that I'm combative, and I still don't know why.
Yeah, so we're waiting for Luca to answer that. Oh, there's nothing wrong with strength.
Okay, you
so
say
Luca,
strength,
why
do you
think Gigi is combative? Because you did say straight up, you are combative. That was a direct statement.
Agree, Corey. It is correctly. People are very afraid of submission.
That's not a strength, though. Most women think it is, but it's a turnoff to men.
What is it?
We don't want to debate and go back and forth all day.
Go back and forth about what?
Home should be peaceful and not a battlefield.
About what, though?
Submission is needed by both the man and woman. Facts.
Amen.
Definitely. Submit doesn't mean weak. Not at all.
It does not. It's the strength.
Not at all. But a woman ain't gonna submit to a motherfucker man that she don't see that. No, she don't see the benefit of being submissive.
It's not about. So change it.
Not benefit, but I'm saying that just the overall. She's not gonna be led. She's not gonna be led to him if she don't see that he's leading properly. Let me say
there
that.
you go. Yes, but that goes both ways. And so okay. So to that point, right? As a man, right? Mm-hmm. If you're saying that I'm combative or you're saying whatever, right? So you're not going to feel comfortable submitting to me, right? So therefore there's a conflict because you're always trying to dominate because you're trying to break that spirit that's within that woman, right? Yeah. So there's a young man that's speaking about you want a peaceful home. Well, you have to create peace. In order for you to have peace, you have to know what's going to bring each other peace. It doesn't have to be a battlefield. Why, when I'm having a conversation, or if any woman or man is having a conversation and they are able to say, this is what I want, this is how I feel, whatever, why in turn does it have to become a debate? It's not a debate, it's a conversation. A little dude, you so busy trying to tell me that someone or whoever that they're combative, you missing out on the real shit. I'm a bomb ass partner. So
you know what? I think you just answered kind of your own question. A
lot of niggas do want to break your spirit.
Yeah.
Some women do, but listen.
No.
So all I can remember is that one time someone said, why can't it be like in the TV shows? Why can't we have conversations like they write it? I'm a real human. I'm a real woman. I'm not scripted. I'm sorry that I don't fit into the bubble. I'm sorry I don't fit into the mold. I'm sorry I don't fit into what you think I should do because of what your mama did or whatever. I'm an individual.
Right.
So I think you answered your own question. It's like an expectation. Why aren't you acting like this?
Right. But since in order for him to get past that, right, you can't go in it on a defensive. If you love a person or you care about a person or you're trying to have some type of whatever with this person, you can't take that shit personal because we all got shit. We all got pain, Effie. So we all coming into it with where we are. You know what I'm saying? And I find it, for me, it is very hard, and Ray can attest, it's hard for me because of how I am. But it's not that I'm like combative. I'm assertive. I know what I want. And I'm able to express myself. I don't let shit just slide. If something bothers me, you're gonna know it's and that's a friend, that's a family member, that's a lover. You're going to know that bothers me. And how you choose to deal with it, I respect that. But it's an interesting thing when you're dealing with 95% of the population who ain't like that. So every time you open up your mouth or every time you say something that isn't agreeable or they don't know how to receive it, you become.
That's my life.
I've been called a bully. I've been called combative. I've been called aggressive. Like all those words that people apply to me, not even realizing that my nigga was happy as hell at home. You know what I'm saying? Had no worries. His dinner, his pussy, everything was good. So don't assume just because you don't know how to handle me or because something I'm saying you don't agree with, it makes me some type of, or any woman like me as a fucking problem. We the fucking solution. So I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not your energy, then I'm not your energy. But when you use words like that towards women, that's trying to break
that turns it off. That turns a
realize,
woman off. That turns a woman off, man. Like
not
shit
even
like that. And
not even turn her off. Just on basic shit, on basic principle, you're trying to break my spirit. Whether you realize it or not, you're trying to break my spirit. You're telling me I'm too much.
Oh,
Luca said, "So where's your nigga now?"
I dumped him 4 years ago. He's still asking to come home. That's where my nigga at.
So TJ, question, Trini. You said no one is trying to break anyone's spirit. They just don't want to argue with you about everything. Now, question, is that a tone issue? Because it's like you know how I talk. You know how I talk. So I can be aggressive. Y'all hear me on the show or whatever. But I'm not arguing. Like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm talking. Like, so is it the tone? Like, would you rather have a conversation
I'm telling you, that's
in
what
a nice, peaceful mode?
That's what it is nowadays,
I
man.
really
That
agree
tone.
with that, honey. And,
that tone and
but that
delivery.
ain't me, right? Like, that ain't me.
My supervisor tell me at work. One of my cuss out calls. It was all about my tone.
Well, that's your job. You get paid for that shit. Like, I'm choosing to love you. Like, nigga, you ain't perfect. Like, you think that ain't something. And trust me, I'm trying. I promise I'm trying. Like, you're getting all the respect compared to these motherfuckers I don't give a fuck about. Like, please understand that.
And all the
but like,
for me, it's like it's not tone. It's not tone.
And I don't cuss my niggas out, my men. I'm not that person. Any man that I talk to will tell you I'm not that person. So
the end of all my relationships. What you mean, Luca?
Arguments or elevated tones.
I be saying, man, arguments can strengthen and weaken a relationship, man. And sometimes it's good to argue. Get that shit out. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Get that shit out.
I'm a component of it. What you say is how you say it.
But no, what I was gonna say was tone don't mean shit to me. Sometimes it's a turn on.
That's because you one of them little crazy motherfuckers, bro.
Put someone just smash category ASAP. The argue, put someone in just smash. So CP, so if you just don't do the argument at all. That's not your thing at all. I mean, not saying it's supposed to be your thing, but
arguments happen in life. Disagreements happen.
Arguments happen in life, man.
Disagreements and arguments happen in life. I mean, that's where we have to learn.
Research that DMX. Nigga, who the fuck you looking at?
Yeah, no, not daily. Daily is unhealthy.
You can go make a sandwich, or you can say, "Babe, make me a sandwich." Yeah. Okay.
Trini said, absolutely the tone. However, discernment is key. We don't always say things in the proper tone initially, but you do need to at least go back and correct when your partner perceives you are out of pocket. Absolutely. 100% agree with that.
I agree.
100% agree.
Because that's the way you bring
I agree. Luca. No. He was saying, I was saying about, I mean, arguments can strengthen and weaken a relationship. He's like, yeah, but not arguing daily. I agree. I ain't saying arguing daily. No, fuck no.
Arguing is not a negative thing.
It's not.
It's how you apply.
It's how it's applied.
How you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because an argument is just a disagreement between two people, really. Like a debate is an argument.
Right.
It's what you do with that argument. It's the words that you use in the argument. You know what I'm saying? It's how you hit under that belt. Those are the things. But I believe that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So
and nowadays, man, some women don't know how to say shit.
Bruh. Don't hit me below the belt, because I probably will never talk to you.
And women are known for hitting below the belt nowadays.
I don't on purpose, because I don't hit below the belt, because if you hit below the belt with me, like, I'm probably not gonna talk to you anymore, like, ever again.
Like, straight up,
because I don't do it. I purposely don't hit below the belt.
That tongue sharp, man. A woman's tongue is sharp as fuck. Man, like,
Yes.
Like
Niggas tongues too, though. Niggas tongues too. Niggas ain't excused from this. It's people, period. And it's usually
I
because
agree, Sarah.
when shit happened, when it first happened, you don't address it. That's usually what that is.
Forgetting is healthy.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even give yourself a chance to forgive a nigga and heal and move on to the next thing. You still holding on to some shit. Nigga, like, damn, bitch, that happened 3 months ago. Like, that shit still bothering you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's usually what it is. It's not even so much that, you know, they
That be
doing
y'all
something.
though. TJ, that's y'all. If I say I'm not arguing, like I'm just talking, bro, and you like, well, your tone, nigga, you don't want to get the problem. Like, I'm not trying to win the argument. I'm just talking to you, but you don't like my tone.
Well, firstly, that's can't go into an argument thinking it's about winning or losing.
Yeah, it's like that's not even what we're doing.
That's
right
what we're
here.
trying to
You
do.
think
Right.
I'm trying to win? It's like, win what?
But
What's
if you're going
the
in there
prize?
like that, you're not going to get a true resolution. It's just things like
Why would I want to come home to
you
argue?
have to kind of.
You may not. You don't have to want to come home and argue. It ain't saying that you are going to come home and argue. Shit happens. He may then take out the motherfucker trash. You cuss him out. 2 hours after you got home, it may start an argument. It may not. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It take a lot to get me there, but once I do see red, so nah, if we gotta argue, I'm gone. Respect. I'm not saying argue all the time. I just say sometimes it can strengthen and weaken their motherfucking relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it just sounds like some people haven't had.
You know, I ain't
positive
advocating arguments. I don't want to argue. I really don't. I'm not an arguing motherfucker, but you know.
And but see, Luca, that's improper healing when that happens. That's improper healing.
And see, that's a whole what you just
that's
did
a whole
to
nother
that,
conversation.
that's a whole nother conversation right there, Slim. For real.
That's improper
nigga,
healing.
we could talk about that next week. That's crazy right there. For real. For real. I mean, you know, again, like I think like Candace said, you know, it ain't about arguing. It's better to debate it. Or you know, which is
some people don't like to debate. I love debating. Motherfuckers don't always like to debate either because they deem it an argument.
Debating itself, saying
but
you
they
disagree
deem it an
with
argument.
solution.
People deem it an argument. They actually
And
get
she want a different outcome. That's
not necessarily the truth. I wouldn't say debate. I'm just having a conversation, and I should be allowed to insert how I feel about something. Especially we are full grown adults, so we both have different ways of resolving issues.
Right.
To not sit down and to have a conversation about which way might be the best way.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit of what you have and a little bit what I have might be the perfect solution. But just to say, just because she's saying, oh, I don't think that's the best way, doesn't mean it should be disagreeable. She just like, nigga, what else you got? Or I got something to contribute.
I can't stand you.
Wait.
What's that nigga head with the white meat with the Yankee candle? Y'all remember the Yankee candle story? Y'all remember that story? The Yankee candle? She tried to crack cuz head.
You gotta get in.
Wait, she said what he was talking about her.
Men get this because we are begging for relationships because they are always the women that will set the table scrap.
Now see.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to catch up these comments.
Y'all coming through with these comments. Good job,
y'all. Yes.
Y'all make sure y'all comment.
But if you don't, but that's a whole nother issue, Corey. If you don't trust that person, then what are we even having a conversation about it for anyway?
I want to hear her and vice versa so we can understand each other. I respect that, CP.
That's a conversation.
It's a conversation. It's also
but debate isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like they got debate clubs at school.
But see, when you apply a debate, what I think it was Trini. He was saying like if we're debating, that means that we're trying to sway one person into another position. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gotta be. It's like it's a definite type of thing. And my whole thing is nothing. It's not definite. It's ever changing. You know what I'm saying? But if we're too, you know what I mean?
I agree with this.
That's good.
I can see you. I can see your point.
Listen to that.
You're absolutely allowed to insert, but again, your tone changes how it's get received.
That's perception. That's perception. So ask a question. Is it that you don't trust what I'm saying, or is it that this?
This is an election or a relationship.
It's more like
we changing debate to conversation. Cause see, I guess a lot of us haven't had
communication. Listening or trying to prove a point. Yeah, and I think that's what happened. That's what happened in motherfucking relationships nowadays too, though. Motherfuckers trying to prove a point. Oh man, look, ain't
That's honest. He said that's why I'm single. I don't trust. That's honest. That's probably that's honest.
So he got baggage. You need to let that go at the door, baby.
Most only trying to prove a point, not listen to what you're saying.
That's the problem. That's not that, but that's not communication.
Right.
Communication requires active listening.
That part.
So if you're not actively listening, then you're already not having communication.
Therapy words. Yes, ma'am.
It's not about how someone experiences you. You have so we all come in with set perceptions. So let me just break. So we all come in with set perceptions. If someone is talking to you and you're taking it personal, not really taking it from their point of view, then you're not going to hear them correctly. Mm-hmm. So what you have to do is take a pause and say to them, if you need clarification, what are you trying to say to me? And you have to receive it. If you're not going to listen to what they're, because you can't just be like, you're not listening to me. You also have to listen. It's an exchange.
There's a tactic, and I've talked about it before on here that I learned in therapy. It's called reflective listening. You mentioned active listening. So reflective listening is basically what you just said. You keep having a conversation back and forth until what you said is actually heard. It's like, no, I did not say that. What I said was, you repeat it. You have to keep repeating it back to me.
Sometimes you do
hear what I said,
Good evening, ma'am.
And a lot of people don't want to take the time to do that type of work because they think it could be easy.
But they don't
even know how to do it to be easy.
Right. And they get defensive when it's happening because you think somebody is going against you. If I'm here with you, I'm with you. I'm for you. I want us to win as a together. So I'm not going to be trying to break you down, you know what I'm saying? I want to hear what you have to say, but hear me too. You know what I'm saying? It's an exchange. It's exchange. So that's what I think a lot of people haven't.
You don't. And I like that you said that, Trini. You don't get to control how someone experiences you. I apologize. Right. I will straight up say it. I learned that from Alanya, however you say her name. I'm so sorry that was your experience with me. I'm so sorry that was your experience with me. That's the most I can do, because 10 times out of 10, it wasn't my intent to hurt you. So if that happened, I'm sorry that was your experience,
Right.
Ray out, Luca out. He need a nap.
You talking about put Luca out because Luca said, "Wait a minute, most females don't listen."
Corey said, "Luca, why are you here?"
That is not true.
Because Chad, he here because Chad told him. It's like, now Luca do become.
Y'all stop beating up on Luca. So what was the Will Smith and Jada thing? I must have missed that.
No, we ain't gonna see it. We ain't get to the shit.
We only got 20 minutes left to talk about it.
We ain't even get to the shit because
I know we only got 20 minutes left to talk about it, but we can go real quick. I posted an article today. I'm gonna just say what it said. That way we can cut to the point. Hold on, I gotta pull it up because I know you're going in.
I defended you, Luca.
I ain't put you out.
So here we go. Listen up, y'all. This is Will Smith talking about Tupac. He triggered the perception of myself as a coward, the I Am Legend star said. I hated that I wasn't what he was in the world, and I suffered a raging jealousy. I wanted Jada to look at me like that. Then my question was, ladies, fellas, how do y'all feel? Have you ever felt like this with your partner before?
First of all, he don't even be acting like that. He has the greatest summertime song of all time.
What they got to do with anything? What they got to do with anything?
That's a lot to stand up for.
Hey, Tiff, you know me. Can you read it one more time?
Sure thing, co-host.
When we smoke, we smoke.
All right. He triggered. Okay. Again, this is Will. Mm-hmm. I'll read it slower. This is Will talking about Tupac in regards to Tupac's friendship with Jada. Will said, Tupac triggered the perception of myself as a child. He said, I hated that I wasn't what he was in the world, and I suffered a raging jealousy. I wanted Jada to look at me like she looked at Tupac.
Don't do that. That's what you're wrong at.
So have you ever felt something like that in your relationship where you wanted your partner, or where you were envious of the relationship they had with another person of the opposite sex, I guess, to the point where you said, I wish that you looked at me like you look at them? And what are your thoughts behind that? We've been talking about Jada a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
Hold on, I'm gonna read a couple of comments first before I'm gonna read some comments first, Tiff. I'm gonna read some comments first because they coming like motherfucking rapid fire. Will got light skin and Freddie complex. He hated that he couldn't get the woman that he loves to see him with the same adoration. It sounds like he felt he was in her option B.
Do you think that's a fair feeling?
Like a bitch.
No.
Sometimes I feel like Will was
Hold on. Let Chad talk. Chad been trying to talk. He ain't been able to get in.
In terms of,
and can y'all hear him? Can y'all hear him? Okay.
In terms of the way he say he feels, I do understand.
Can't hear you now. Can't hear you. Tiffany, tell him we can't hear him.
How about now? Can y'all hear him now?
Yeah, no, you got start over, dog. Because we
talk through my mic. That's fine.
Okay. Well, not like Tony said, in his feelings, he always felt like option B because she always looked at Pac as like the love of her life, her best friend. Will wasn't gonna get to that point.
How you doing?
Because she always held on to him.
He can't hear you.
I know.
Oh, he waved up. He's sorry.
So so in his mind with his insecurities and stuff like that, I can see why he would think option B because of the way his mind is working in this situation.
Foot hurt? You want to take a pain?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel like that. Because I'm not your option. What's that song? Is it Drake?
I don't know. Beyonce irreplaceable. You must not know about me.
I'm more than just an option. That was Drake that said that.
Did Pac even hit? Good Lord.
She said Pac didn't hit.
Like Yogi said about the last conversation. We gotta start. We don't even know that we gotta go from the start. So
start from the start.
We gotta start from the start with them and with Jada and Pac. They've been knowing each other for since youngins. So I'm with you, Chad, like that. I think that was more solid of a solid ass relationship friendship with them two. Their friendship was just strong as fuck. And maybe I think that's what that's what Will is really feeling. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that friendship like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Well,
he loved Jada like a motherfucker. Jada loved him like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's missing. To him, I mean, I think because we're big on friendships. If we follow, we all Will Smith fans. Will Smith got a lot of friends out here. He's big on friendships, and you don't got that with your woman that you've been with for years. I'm gonna get to y'all comments for years.
No. That was at the beginning. Okay, so gotta go back to the start. So what he's addressing first, this is not the first time he said this. Secondly, this is what he felt initially when they first started being together. But you can't negate Jada and Pac's situation either, because remember at the time of his passing, they weren't even talking for real.
Right.
They were no longer talking because they had their own situation that happened. Like she didn't like the direction that Pac was going in. And so their relationship was already kind of tittering. But what he spoke on before the book came out, what he talked about was just like his own personal as a hip hop artist. And as a man, he had his own issues with the persona that Tupac had. And then additionally, he had a friendship with Jada. You see what I'm saying? So I think that this is about perception, and this is about his own personal insecurities more so than what she was doing and what Pac was doing per se. And I think that's what he's talking about. He was projecting his own self shit on the entire situation, right?
That projection.
But at the end of the day, she still chose him. If she wanted to choose Pac, I don't even know if that was like a real life option. What they considered their friendship was what they called an intimate friendship. So they had
Will said. So there's an excerpt from the book that's out, and Will said, when they were younger, they weren't necessarily they were just friends. They didn't want that, blah blah blah. Right. But by the time they were old enough, mature enough to be in that sexual space, her and Will were already together.
Right.
So that's what Will said. So it's like he always felt like they wanted to.
He always felt like they was missing something. They was missing something.
But that's his mind,
right.
We can't hold her responsible for his own shit.
Exactly.
Right. And I think that's that's one of the things I'm taking issue with this whole Will and Jada shit. Like everybody is blowing.
I don't have no problem with it. With it.
I mean, I'm saying like not you, but I'm saying like overall.
I know. I'm
media
just saying
people.
Yeah, people are
I'm
really
saying in regards
taking.
to
Yeah, people.
They're taking these little bits, these little bites, these little 15-second things that they saying and making them into this big old thing. I'm like, this ain't nothing new. They've been talking about this shit forever,
Ever.
but maybe y'all just
Yeah.
wasn't listening. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
and
what I
I think,
mean, right?
and the
This shit
thing
ain't
that
new news. This
and the
shit
thing
ain't
that
new
pisses me
news.
off about Will the most is that because of who he is, his celebrity, Jada gets kicked in the ass for her known indiscretion, right? But all the shit that Will did, come on,
That's why
y'all.
I want,
Like,
but that's why I wanted to talk about this conversation because, like you see, oh, he a bitch ass nigga. That's some punk shit. Blah 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 blah. We've been focusing so heavy on Jada and blah blah blah. No, there's probably a reason their relationship is the way it is, and it ain't just on Jada. You know, so.
When you say that though, what do you mean
And
that
most
the
of the
relationship is the way
stories
that
are
it is?
I'm saying the way that people perceive their relationship to be.
Okay.
You know, we've seen the last few weeks. Every time Jada mentions their relationship, or I'm trying to learn how to love, or I block this or that, you know, it's always Will just need to leave her. Jada embarrassing their relationship. Jada don't love Will for real. Like it's always something like that. Whereas they're both being honest, and we have never heard Will say anything, and it's all coming out now.
Well,
so it's like well, not that we've never heard anything, but like to this level where he's talking about, like, we always knew that there was some stuff, like issues with the three of them, but like him saying straight up, I felt like a coward. Like Will Smith saying he felt like a coward, like that's like interesting as hell. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
But he had addressed that before. That's my thing. Like I've heard him talk about this before, and
I've heard it, but like I said, not in this detail. Maybe that's it. Me personally, I haven't heard it in this detail. So I heard about like their, you know, being open and again them being weird feelings about the Jada Pop thing. You know, Will and Jada having different feelings in how they handle their relationship. Whereas, you know, like Will saying, hey, me and Jada, we need to be number one, and Jada be like, kids need to be first. So it's like I've heard stuff.
Right.
But I've never heard so much of Will's side. And maybe again, that's just because Red Table Talk is out now. So we hear Jada every week. So
right.
it's constantly coming up. Maybe it's just, it could just be the news cycle. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's interesting to put Will back to the forefront of the conversation sometimes, because again, their relationship doesn't exist in a bubble. It's not all on Jada.
Right. And that's the part I'm not understanding. I think that's the part that I take issue with. It's like that they've somehow this narrative is created where she's making him feel inadequate and she's embarrassing him, and I was like, well, what about all the times that he embarrassed her? Did we just sweep that under the rug? Because I remember when they was talking about that little white girl who played Harley Quinn. I remember when they was talking about
now that I do remember, but it was excused though because they have an open relationship.
But that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like,
I'm agreeing with you, right? I'm agreeing with
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm confused about this narrative and why is it again the women being both the catalyst and the solution? Like we're the part, we are the problem and we have to solve the problem. Like I'm confused. Like I'm just confused about why it's become like this whole thing. Or like when she's talking about
first time joiner, I'm sorry.
When she's talking about her happiness or lack thereof, or trying to understand what happiness is, like why is it like, oh my God, like he's not making her happy? But they've already commented years ago, like we're not responsible for each other's individual happiness. And I feel like that's the truest statement that anybody can make about happiness for real, because that is reality.
I agree.
Right? So if you're trying to put that position and power in somebody else's hands and they come up short, so what? Now you just gonna stay sad because they ain't doing what you think they're supposed to do? Like it's a real conversation. I just don't understand how this lack of extending like going beyond these little snapshots and having a real conversation. He's allowed as a man. I think it's admirable of him to say, I felt inadequate in comparison to Tupac, right? That's where he was then, though.
It's real. It's so fucking real.
It's so very real.
It's so
very
real. And it's very honest.
And it's honest.
So I posted the same question. I posted it in 2 groups.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually surprised at the responses that I got, because they were like reversed.
Mm-hmm.
They were just reversed. Like the people I expected to say what we're saying right now didn't say it.
Right.
And I was like, wow. It's like I'm like y'all
read my damn comments. Y'all going too goddamn fast. Y'all
blah, 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 but y'all don't get it. Y'all don't see the reality of what's happening right here.
Will is a man comfortable with who he is, and the world doesn't like it. Laugh out loud.
And so, but people, so ISO, is that how you say your name? Like, do you think
That's Leslie? You say Leslie.
Okay, Leslie. Do you think that like he's less of a man for expressing these feelings? Anybody? I want to know that.
Oh,
like,
you
you
said
guys
her.
think
Okay.
he's less of a man?
Let me try to scroll up the Corey comments. Which
But
comments
I
you
don't.
come up, Corey? Hold on.
But
you can't knock somebody for expressing their
Acknowledge your
feelings.
feelings.
So I
Oh,
don't
he
think
said
we're
probably this
gonna
one.
let
Acknowledge your
you
feelings
that.
is how you grow and move on
But
and
I
properly
wanted to
address
call
your
back
issues.
You gotta come
And
over here.
Corey said that one.
what's Chad saying?
Yeah, let's say you gotta come over here, Chatty Boy. I don't think they can hear you, babe.
I need my
Come on,
laptop.
come get on the couch. Other side.
Not
Time
just being married to one man and
and mute
yell
that.
down the
Might as well
hall.
turn that
Come
off.
eat this plate for you. Go.
But you can have that, and he could still be doing whatever, and so could you.
What did I do to my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
A committed relationship doesn't necessarily mean that we're not fucking other people.
It does not at all. Not at all.
It just depends on what you're committed to.
Right. Right.
You state the
He's-
truth.
But I'm not understanding when people are acting like they're shocked. Will has always been considered the, I don't want to say softer, but like more congenial.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, it's weird to me that he would feel like anybody would be looking at him thinking, "Oh, you are the." I don't know. I don't want to say that.
I know, I'm with you. Like you're not the nerdy guy, but I mean, come on. Like you're Lawrence. He's Lawrence on Insecure. Like, you know, you're the tall, lanky, big-eared guy. Like the cute, handsome man, but
you also
no guns.
are.
You know, and he getting jiggy with it, and he wore a shiny suit. He should not care what anyone thinks about him.
I mean, Puffy.
But so did Puffy.
It was first, and then it came.
I know, but I'm just saying it was Mace with Bad Boy.
They don't
But still.
uber masculine.
You can do that.
He's been the pussy.
Nobody gotta say about you.
Will is safe.
Will is absolutely, probably, definitely the same.
But he's not. Oh my! And I don't like that idea.
Celebrity wise, I mean, like image wise, like again, getting jiggy with it versus Tupac, Thug Life. When you put the two side by side,
Jada might be beat.
Who said that? Right.
Sir, crazy ass. Nah, he ain't less of a man for expressing his feelings. That's why so many men walk around here angry and hunting everything.
Agree. Absolutely.
Trying to find love in different cupcakes.
Well, he was hunching everything.
Don't ever dance like that, Tiff, unless you're gonna bankhead bounce right after. Right.
Whatever, son.
Remember Jada from East Baltimore, huh?
She's not
always brand.
Again, it's weird that other men make men feel like they can't acknowledge.
Well, he's from West Philly. We know, girl.
I'm about to say, but that's what I'm saying. I just feel like a lot of what we're putting on Will is our interpretation of Will. Behind them doors,
that's the point, though.
When
that's
they
what we're talking about. That's the point.
When they sat at that table that time, when they talking about August Alsina, that nigga said, "I didn't give a fuck what you was doing because I was doing me." And when he said that, nobody blinked an eye. And I said, "Y'all not even," and she said, "No, you're not even talking about the shit that you was like." She said that, but nobody paid that shit any attention. This nigga Will is a nigga. So I don't like, so when y'all talking about this old 65 shit, I see it for what it is, because she wouldn't have been attracted to just any old.
Exactly. From East Baltimore.
This is a nigga. When he met her, he was married. When he met her, he was married. And he said this too. I went home and I fucking cried because I knew I met the bitch I was supposed to be with. You know what I'm saying? I knew that shit. So they knew they have a real attraction to each other. What they didn't have the experience they have now and the knowledge they have now. So they're in a different place. It's maturity, it's growth. But I just can't get on the whole I will this with. No, this nigga is a nigga. Like, yeah, we can't forget this is a nigga. Like, I don't think for nobody like, I remember Superhead's list. Some of that shit might have been fabricated, but a lot of it was not. And he was on there. So believe y'all can play this game if you want to. I'm not playing this game with Willard.
Both of them cried.
This game with Willard. I'm not doing that.
Hey, Lucas said, who cried?
That nigga told you why he cries. Y'all don't even believe when he tell you stuff, and that's y'all perceiving it as y'all want to perceive it. And
so what crying can make a difference of it, Luca? A man can't cry.
He said he didn't cry. He said he was tired. He said it's laughable to him that that's what y'all putting on him. He said I was tired.
I didn't even see this shit. So
because how you gonna cry about something that you already knew about? You was in pictures with this nigga. They was taking this nigga on trips. She was licking this nigga down while they was on family trips. because the nigga didn't care. He said he did not care. It allowed him to do whatever he wanted to do because he had checked. They both had checked out.
He was a nigga 20 years ago. He died drinking water out of wine.
Leslie, fuck. Oh, I see it, Leslie. I see it.
Make her still be lying.
Exactly.
Watching.
Exactly.
Man.
I mean, women do it too, though. I ain't gonna
Man
front.
can definitely cry.
But what I just,
I know that ain't the conversation. That ain't what we talking about.
But even if it was, like, what's the deal? Like, why is she vilified for doing the same shit that he was doing? Because it's not even her fault. Her nigga snitched. Like the bitches.
I think initially she was vilified because Will wasn't speaking in the same like as much as Jada was speaking.
And she fucked her son's mans.
That wasn't her son's man.
Hey, Will probably already do that he was dicking her down, man. He do that shit.
Y'all,
motherfucker, hey, y'all know my motto. A shoulder to cry on is a dick to ride on. That's what August Alsina was.
Listen to me. If I don't know how far back you got to go, there are literal pictures of all of them out of the country, out on a together as a collective. She was fucking him then. So we can't keep playing on this card of poor Will. Oh, poor Will. Will is a nigga. Bitch, you fucking go ahead. Because guess what I'm doing over here? The only difference is none of his women came out and said this is what we did. August Alsina was hurt. He was in his feelings. So he said something. But we gotta stop.
Yeah. She entangled her pussy on that.
We gotta stop.
Exactly. That's what
right.
She did, Leslie. That's what she did.
And they've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Lisa Ray has talked about it. Tisha Campbell has talked about it. Dwayne Campbell has talked Dwayne Martin. They've been doing this. This is nothing new. So we gotta stop. We gotta stop putting it off on her like because she is from Baltimore and because she has been considered more, I guess, masculine or aggressive or whatever.
That's that Hollywood shit.
That she's the problem. It's not a problem for them.
Yeah, that's what it is. But again, I think it goes back to what I was saying in the beginning of this conversation, man, for real. And what you know what I'm saying, what everybody was saying, honestly, it's he missing that friendship, man. For real. He missing that friendship, and he know it was some unfinished business, it was some unfinished relationship with them two, and he's seeing that shit. And he just is eating his ass up. That's what the fuck it is.
He's not talking about now though, Ray. He doesn't feel that way now. He's talking about then.
Man, y'all know y'all don't even like women to go on lunch dates.
I'm saying,
y'all don't even like women to go on lunch dates, son.
All that shit surfacing to the pot now, though. That's what I'm saying, y'all.
No, but he's not talking about now. He and her have they have their relationship. It's something that a lot of people should aspire to, honestly. Not the dynamics of it, but the way that they communicate, the way that they see each other, the way they see their relationship is a beautiful thing. Yeah, and so everything else inside of it, that's their business. Whatever it takes for them to remain as a whole, as they are, that's their business, right? Because we're all individuals. He's not speaking on his feelings in this current moment. And I feel like if they had been a more open relationship as they are now, then she might have fucked Tupac. But at that time, because of the idea of what marriage meant, you know, these already planted ideas, they probably didn't even think about it in that sense. So therefore, there might have been at that time some kind of question mark. But at this point in their lives, if Pac was still alive, do you think that she would be fucking with Pac now?
She'd be married to Pac.
I don't think she'd be married to him.
It would depend on. I mean, I think it would depend on where Pac's evolution.
Exactly, and that's what it would depend on that part. They wasn't even fucking with each other at the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's like we can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not talking about his present feelings. He's talking about how he felt as a child. He was 20-something. If we can excuse Danny Lee's behavior at 20-something, then we can damn for sure excuse Pac and Jada bullshit and shit with Pac back in the day. Fuck, who didn't want to fuck Pac? Shit, the fuck.
I mean, and you know, they knew each other. Like they actually knew each other.
Goddamn, I don't even know his ass. But I don't give a fuck.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like they actually knew each other.
Fuck, that fine ass chocolate.
He was writing her poetry and everything. Y'all saw that she released a poem that had never been released before that he sent to her from when he was locked up.
When he's locked up, yeah.
She released it. She read it, and then it's on all the blogs and stuff.
It's beautiful. Shit.
They said it's the
friendship. Nigga, put this
it's the inspiration for lost ones.
Listen. Okay. Fuck the fucking shit. Okay. Let's
Hey,
keep it a buck. It's
this
pop.
has been one hell of a show, man, for real. And we thank y'all asses for coming through. For real.
I know y'all did the damn thing tonight. Gigi.
Tiff, next
Appreciate
time can you wear a more revealing shirt?
What'd you say? What you need?
The next time can you wear a more revealing shirt? Them titties is popping, boo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to lick the shit out them.
On his birthday to this day. And I believe that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She fuck with that dude, Slim. And it's all that shit, man. All that shit.
He would still be here.
But she could have. That's the thing. Like, don't forget that wasn't like nothing that she couldn't have did.
That's how I feel.
No, the fact that he said that Pac would still be here now.
Who said that?
Smash.
If he were, but we don't. But to Tip's point, we can't say that because at the time of his death, they were not fucking with each other.
Yeah, they wasn't saying eye to eye.
She was mad at him. So it's like you can't say that. We all assume that because he was a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, but we don't know. She made the right choice. Goddamn house and service and motherfuckers coming in the bathroom and changing out your towels as soon as you leave out that bitch. Fuck Pop. Like, let's be. Come on now. He wasn't gonna give her what Will was giving her.
And married the nerd. Duh, huh, man.
But he not a nerd. That's y'all. This nigga got y'all so caught up in the rapture. This nigga Will is a nigga.
Oh,
he's
man.
nerd presenting. I like that type. You know, they unsuspecting.
He definitely has, right. It's work. He has a persona because if he was being his genuine nigga self, he probably wouldn't have got them jobs. Exactly. But at the end of the day, that's a nigga.
Oh man. That's
the greatest trick in the world the devil ever did was making y'all think that nigga didn't exist. That's a nigga. I know a nigga when I see a nigga. That's a nigga.
That's every nigga walking shit. Men are men. And like ain't nothing wrong with it. Y'all men are men. And like as soon as you take a man off that fucking pedestal and realize he's not a god, he's a man.
You
like
feel for anything less those than the same niggas that tell you why they gonna kill you.
And he'll back up to them toe to fucking toe. And
fuck him in your basement.
Exactly. However,
you would love a b-boy but want him to present like Clark Kent.
And he does just that. But at the end of the day,
Will ain't no nigga. Get jiggy with it.
That's for money. That's for money. That persona. I'm telling y'all, you had that red table talk where they talked about that August Alsina shit. There's a lot of shit that motherfuckers missed because people chose to miss it. But if you pay attention to what she was saying, there's a lot of hurt behind their situation.
Yeah, that whole situation is hurt, man. It's like,
and it wasn't strict. It wasn't about August Alsina. What she was referring to was shit that he had done. And come on now. You gotta really watch shit.
About doing his career. Yeah, she's talking about doing his career.
Not just his career, just shit that he had done because of how his mindset was. And because he was like, I'm the fucking man. So if I'm the man, I can do this. Like the shit. Look at the friendships. There's friendships that you don't really see them around no more, right? You have to ask yourself why. They still fuck with Dwayne, but do you see Tisha around anymore?
Exactly.
Because of the divorce.
Not because, but the shit that was going on within the divorce. Because Lisa Ray talked about it, and Tisha said she's not lying. They've been doing shit. It's shit.
Well, I mean, I would assume so. If you said they was coming, if Dwayne and everybody was coming out saying, "Well, Will and Jada know," how they know if they weren't fucking there? So, sure, absolutely.
But it's the optics that's bothering me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the optics.
Girl, look. This is how out the loop I am. I ain't even know Dwayne and Tisha.
You see what Brian say? Y'all have to remember one thing. Will is a great actor. We are seeing that what we want to see. We'll probably smack Jada on the ass and say, "Keep them ratings up, baby."
I'll go with that.
Jada is my spirit animal.
Because it was years ago. Talk about it, baby.
And they stressed it out right enough in
time
for your book to come out.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you know it's calculated.
The book, King Richard.
The timing. Yes, everything.
Believe it. It's
still dope to know, though, in my opinion. I still like to hear his perspective on things.
But I want somebody really gonna actually read the book because I want to know if he really gonna get to the grit and the grit. Like
my mom, she's listening to it on Audible right now. She said it's really good.
if he don't address these them bitches he was fucking, then I'm like, well, you know you playing
and
the
you
game.
know what? And
Look,
that's what I'm saying.
her,
That's what I
and
told
I'm
people.
gonna
He
tell
ain't
her.
addressed
I
bitches
said,
either.
our
He ain't
homegirl's
addressed
on the
any
show and she
motherfuckers
want
that
to
he
know,
fucked.
Mom. Do you admit to fucking them bitches? I want
That's
to know.
One thing I do know that everybody said whatever females he been fucking with Harley Quinn, but I ain't really hear too much about who Will was fucking besides her. For real.
But
You might not
that's
have.
both
That don't
of
mean
them.
nothing.
Pepper
That's
said
both
she
of
regret
them.
not fucking with him.
Who?
Pepper from Salt and Pepper.
She says she regrets not.
Because she turned him
Pepper
down
said
because
that.
he was Will Smith.
Right. That was
That was
early
a
on.
Pepper thing. She
That's
was
Fresh Prince.
insecure.
Yeah,
But
Pepper
I'm saying, but nobody was saying anything until August got hurt. That's what I'm saying.
True.
They've been doing shit for a long time, whether it's they was together or separate or whatever.
Right. And that's what
He was the one that who made it real life because he put it out there like that. You know what I'm saying? But to me, in my
she was
mind,
apparently the one who wanted the lifestyle though.
He smashed Dwayne
Because
the poly lifestyle. Is, but do you think
he
she
may have been
that?
the one to put it out in public, but
All
she
about
was
the
the one to
for real?
initiate it and usher it in because that's what she grew up with. That was normal.
Well, no. But what I was going to ask was this: because do you think that was a part of the agreement with the marriage? Because she didn't want to get married.
Well, from what is said, no, it wasn't necessarily, but they had extensive conversations about it, and they went for a very long time being monogamous.
Oh yeah, he did.
And then decided to open it up or whatever for what for like you said earlier. I think it was you who said that they decided that I can't control you, can't control me. We got to do us. We got to
right. They said that,
but we're committed to each other.
Right.
So it's like from what I understand, what I've been reading about it all is that was their agreement. Extensive conversation. They were monogamous for a long time, and then ultimately decided after a separation, I believe, to open it up.
You better
but I can go with that, but these ideas of like, oh, Jada this and Jada that. I'm like, damn.
I agree. I don't like it. That's why I wanted to talk about Will tonight. Literally for that reason. That's why I wanted to talk about Will. Because there's so much vitriol towards Jada, and I think it's unnecessary. Like, if you haven't been in a relationship and you grow for 30 fucking years together, you're going to have questions. You're going to have thoughts and feelings that have grown and changed and matured over those years.
And evolved.
Right.
And evolved.
And evolved. And that's the most important one, and have evolved. You're not if you're the same after 30 years, like you probably got some issues. Like,
you're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right. Who wants that? I don't want to be the same way I was when I was 17, 16, 17. Hell no. I don't want to be the same way I was when I was 25.
Bitch, I don't even want to be the same way I was last week. I be trying to grow every day.
Year, like last week, yesterday, like whatever. I want to continuously strive to be a better person every day. That's the goal. So to act like they should still be held to some standard that they set for themselves at 22, 20, 28, 30 when they 50, in my opinion, is unrealistic. And actually, I appreciate them talking about it. People don't want to hear it and think it's crazy and blah blah blah, but I like them having a conversation. I think it's the realest shit that's on TV right now. Even though it's probably because of the ratings and shit, but it's like
maybe it's hard for people because they're not doing it.
What you say?
I said maybe they have an issue because it's hard for them to do it.
Which part?
Just being honest with with the fabric of their relationship. Because
but maybe that's why they're so open now, right?
Why they're so open? I think they're so open because they know that there's this pocket that we just experienced this on this conversation here, where people aren't really allowing themselves to have honest conversations. They'll have a superficial conversation, but if the conversation gets too difficult or becomes too disagreeable, it doesn't extend itself beyond that, right? So I think that Will and Jada feel like they have responsibility as being this couple who are Black, who have survived a lot of things within the entertainment industry. They're now at a position where they can say we can have these conversations because we are here, and we owe it to other Black people. We owe it to other And I think that's what's happening. I think a lot
I
of
get that. Yeah.
I think that's what's happening. And I think that a lot of people take issue with it because it forces you to not only say, well, why are they having this conversation? But then it goes, well, why am I not having this conversation?
And that's why I like that we're having this conversation.
Right.
Because we bring it to an even more personable level. I mean, they're celebrities, but we all know each other to some degree of separation or whatnot. Like, we've never met in person or whatnot. I don't know if Chad had, but it is furthering the conversation in a positive way. We do need to talk about these things.
Yes,
the conversations they're having on TV, like, they matter, even though they're private, they're personal, it's their business or whatever. But it matters, because of responsibility. They're in the light.
Yes, because we had somebody on here. That's why everybody's like, what, poly or something like that. And that is such. There was a conversation one time that Ray had. Were y'all there? Where it was like the definition of poly, it just went so broad, and it just became like this whole situation. And I was like, oh my God, like, people are really like upset if motherfuckers is fucking somebody else. That's not your business. But I just was like, if it works for you in your relationship, in your situation, then it works for you. And you have to do what's going to make you feel good in this life. You can't worry about other people.
People gotta.
Yeah, we just talking about that Friday.
Some people have to get to that point. Some people are there from birth, from jump, who they are. But some people have to actually experience the fall of life not working how they thought it would, to be able to get to that point, because they tried so hard to keep up with the Browns, the Joneses,
right.
The image. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck a poly nigga, but I ain't about to be no relationship with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll fuck a poly nigga quick, but I ain't gonna like get no relationship with him.
Lucas said we all thought. On that note, Chad, this on you, man. You stupid. Hey, man.
Wrap it up.
We appreciate y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all. This was a good night, man.
This was a great conversation. I really appreciate everybody jumping on tonight. The conversation has been it's really been amazing, yo. So many different perspectives. And Gigi, thank you for getting on.
Thank you for having me.
Come back whenever. You have great perspectives and great insights, and I want to hear from you as another woman. And I'm just to hear and learn from your experiences. I want that.
Watch out now. Ray better want him. I said Ray better want him.
They ready. They prepared. Okay, they ready. They ready. So y'all remember, like, comment, share. Y'all been commenting all night, but go ahead and like it and share it out to y'all people. And by the end of our night,
what Tiff said. But thank y'all as always for tuning in. Look, we ain't even gonna use my phone right now. Fuck that. Thank y'all for always tuning in. I hope y'all had a good time.
You gotta come back, Brian.
As always.
Y'all gotta come back.
Hey, look, we got a new viewer and a return.
So you gotta come back, man.
Come back next week.
Tell y'all, man. Every Tuesday.
God bless y'all. Come back. We see y'all next Tuesday.
I got you, Luca.
We out.
We love y'all. Peace.